reach their destination. Cisco and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Cisco.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, 10 o'clock straight up. Are you ready for a live imaging Tuesday? Good morning. Did you say
Hi, Chris.
It is a live imaging Tuesday presented by Kia, downtown LA. Nothing like a summer July day in sports radio. I remember back in the old days of sports radio, they said in an interview, when you got interviewed for a producing job, how are you going to follow, how are you going to do on the day that nothing happens?
The All-Star game.
Well, it's not the day after. It's the day after the home run derby.
That's worse.
Exactly. What are you going to do? Well, at this radio station, you know what we're going to do? The same thing we do every day. Talk about ourselves.
Why would today
Fun
be
and frivolity. Good morning, producer Eb.
Good morning. You're going to get 6 hours of me tomorrow, so that's me the day after the All-Star game.
You're doing Mason, Iowa tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh.
For 2 days in a row?
No.
Just tomorrow?
Just tomorrow.
Okay.
Producer Jorge, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Slee?
What's going on? What the hell is going on, everybody?
Listen, a Los Angeles Dodger won the home run derby for the first time ever, which I don't think is that hard to believe, honestly. When you think about the home run hitters of the Dodgers over the years, who would have been the other one?
Jock got into the finals.
Okay, that's true.
Piazza, I remember because he told a story. He goes, dude, the guy was trying to get me out. He was throwing me cutters, like before you could bring your own pitcher to the game. I remember. Those are the only other two Dodgers I remember even competing.
Well, Mookie did it.
Did Mookie do it?
I think he did.
Okay,
He do it last year?
I do not recall, but I believe you. Mookie is not a home run hitter. Teo was, look, we'll get into it. That was shockingly awesome last night. It was really fun. I don't know why, but it was.
I haven't watched the home run derby in a long time where I actually enjoyed it. Yes, it was a little bit exciting.
It was.
Trust me, just a little bit exciting. What do you got there?
It's hollow, the mic.
Hollow.
You're shooting on top of it, so no, you need to turn it.
The gate is narrow.
Yeah, there you go. Now try it.
It was pretty exciting yesterday.
Better.
A little better. Get right up on it,
Well, remember, in August, as my note said, we got CapEx money coming in. We're redoing the whole thing. New mics, new processors, going to be beautiful.
Mics sound like a good place to start.
Yeah, Mike. I don't know what mine sounds like.
That sounds really good now. Now you're on top of it.
Yeah, you got to put it. You got to be right there.
As long as yours is also, we run into that every once in a while.
Well, no, that mic is really screwed.
Yeah,
but we're going to fix it. We got that CapEx money.
How are you today, Chris?
I'm beautiful.
Yeah, you look good.
I feel good.
You look refreshed.
Well, not too. I'm really looking forward to it.
I was going to say, he's in a good mood because he's a couple days away from being...
At this time, in 48 hours, I'll be on an airplane headed to Monterey. And getting
pretty
ready
good.
to tee off for 3 days at Pebble Beach. Not all at Pebble Beach.
Do you guys go to subscribe to this idea? The anticipation of the trip is often better than the trip?
No. The trip better be better.
No, this trip is off the board because it literally will be the best golf trip you've ever taken in your life. There will be nothing like it. But knowing you have something on the books, knowing you have something on the calendar, looking forward to it is just as fun as actually going. Because once I get to the thing, I'm already thinking, it's almost over. It's almost over. I got to go home. I got to go home in a couple of days.
Oh, no, I'm not thinking about that.
You're not thinking about that?
Here's the thing, because we're playing in afternoon tee times each day. So when you figure Thursday, we land at noon, pick up our sticks at the lodge at Pebble Beach.
Oh,
then we go to Spider Hill. Well, which one?
Spyglass.
Spyglass, yeah.
Spider Hill would be a good name for a course.
That would be. Spyglass. We play Spyglass. Then we've got an 8:30 steakhouse reservation.
At the lodge?
I think so. One of those places. Then you figure we'll hit the bar up. Then I'll pass out.
The tavern. You got to hit the tap room.
Then you'll wake up again at 2 o'clock tea time at Pebble Beach on Friday, which means, guess what?
Yeah.
Breakfast, cocktails.
Yeah.
Chris is all lubed up, ready for Pebble Beach. Play Pebble Beach, 9 p.m. steakhouse reservation on Friday night. Do it all over again. Wake up Saturday, 12:10 tea time at Spanish Bay.
Yeah.
8:30 reservation. We got a later reservation on Saturday night at some other steakhouse off property.
Another steakhouse.
Are you hitting Roy's at any point?
No, actually, I think Friday is an Italian place, Pipolini.
Okay.
It's Pipolini on the property.
Okay, no Roy's?
I don't think Roy's.
Go have a drink at Roy's.
Oh, well, I'm going to have a drink everywhere.
Well, make sure that Roy's is on the list. Roy's is, you get a fire, you get a sunset, you get the view, you get the bagpiper.
Can I smoke
if you go
cigars there?
You can, on the patio, you absolutely can smoke cigars.
Sweet.
Go to Roy's, bro.
I've been on a run all summer, as we know. I've been a carby Barbie.
Yeah, but this is
and smoking copious amounts of cigars. I'm just always smoking cigars now.
All right.
That's
the place for it.
These 4 days from you guys fly out when on Sunday?
Like
no golf Sunday? Okay,
no golf.
Yeah, those 3 days, that's a damn good 3 days.
I'm not familiar with the Monterey Airport. Is it a place I can go hard on Sunday morning before I get on the flight?
I couldn't speak. It's a pretty small airport. I'd be surprised if there's more options than one teeny tiny bar, if there's even
I'll
that.
bring my own.
It's a small airport.
Woody's
with small
restaurant
planes
and bar
coming in
is
and out.
at the Monterey Regional Airport. So hit up Woody's.
Woody's?
Yeah.
There you go.
Here's the thing.
Woody's at the airport.
Because you figure LAX, I got to get ramped up for that flight. It's a small plane to Monterey.
Have you figured? Do you know what type of equipment, as they
No,
use in
I really don't want to know.
industry jargon?
See, this is
what type of equipment you on?
When people
Chris?
say, "Why don't you fly to Burbank or Ontario or Long Beach?"
What airline are you on?
United. Burbank, I don't want to walk. I never want to see the plane. I never want to meet the pilots. That should be that's not part of the equation. I just want to walk into the tarmac. I walk in, I sit down. Hopefully I go to sleep. I land. That's it. So the anxiety that I feel like driving, as we talk about often, I don't have that about flying. Like I'm not worried the plane's going to crash. I worry the anxiety comes from, am I going to get there on time? Am I going to get lubed up enough? Will I sleep on the plane? Because nothing's worse. Like this thing that's going around on social media. Have you seen this? Where people are on planes, quote, hashtag raw dogging it, meaning that they don't use headphones.
Oh, yeah.
I
have seen that.
So
it's
they're
like Putty
oh.
from Seinfeld, where he just stares at the scene.
Can you
in front of
imagine
him.
doing that for 8-9 hours on a plane?
No.
What do you mean, Jorge? Yes.
I
You've done
can.
it?
I've done it, yeah. Yeah.
8 hours is too long, but if it were 4 hours, I could do it.
I can't do it.
So
Why?
you could just
Because I can't.
You could just
I
sit
get like
there.
I get
No,
nervous.
why
can't
would
either.
you do it?
Oh,
I
exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying you have to do it, but if you said to me that my charger went dead or
what
whatever.
if it's no electronics, but are you grabbing a book?
Yeah.
But these
but
people are
that's-
doing
No, this
nothing.
is
They're doing
But if it's
nothing.
nothing, that's fine.
They're
I could-
staring
I-
at the screen.
It wouldn't be my first choice, but I would survive. I've taken long drives and done nothing but stare out the windshield.
Yeah, but you're
But you're
driving.
Yeah, you're doing something.
Are you really? When you're driving from Vegas to LA or LA to Phoenix, you're not. You're just kind of pointing the car. You don't really drive. You're not like getting on and off the road and changing. You're just kind of going straight for 4 hours.
Think about it on a plane. 4 or 5 hours.
Plus it's loud, too.
There is no
It is
steering
loud.
wheel. You're not, okay, let's say you're not sitting by a window. It just kind of standing there.
I mean, well, like I said, this wouldn't be my first choice, but I could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I can.
And
do
why
it.
they're really calling it raw
Raw
dogging?
dogging.
That's what they're saying on social
I for
media.
sure take a nap, and then I wake up, I look at
I didn't
the
do it.
plane,
No,
I
you're
track
not.
the plane, you know.
Those people are just crazy psychos, and I think
thanks.
that it's a crazy psycho move in this day and age to not have anything on the plane with you.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I'm
there's
ready.
also these men at airports that are also have like no backpack, just the clothes on their back, getting onto planes. Like, what world do you live in?
Well, the three people I'm fine with to this are all like, Chris, you're going to just carry on. I'm like, no, I'm checking. Well, now we got to wait.
No, you can't check. For
I'm
a
checking.
1 hour flight.
First of all, I have outfits. I have accoutrement. I do not want to deal with, is this a 1 ounce container of facial cream? I don't want to deal with that. It's ridiculous.
And also, how long is it to really wait for your bag?
It's
It's
not
not
that
that long
long.
at all. It's
It's
maybe
not.
10 minutes.
Chris, I just found the aircraft that you're going to be on.
By
does
the
that
way,
mean?
we're both in completely
It's not
different
what you
worlds.
have in mind, I don't think.
It's not like a Cessna, is it?
It's this.
I
Oh,
think
boy.
I think ours go together because this is their bar.
Is
at
that what he's
Woody's.
in Monterey?
You're going to need a lot of this to then get on that plane.
I mean, that's not great. And luckily, it's not like we're flying on the coast, so there's any turbulence.
Oh, it's worse when you're, yeah.
It's
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, it's a if I did my research right, you're on a Bombardier Dash 8 Q400.
Twin jet, though, I think.
No,
It's a
propeller,
turboprop.
Yeah.
No, I can't be on a turbo prop.
That's what it is.
No, I think it said on the ticket a twin jet. I think it's twin jet.
Twin prop turbojet.
I don't know. I'll get you
It weighs the
I'll get you the
same
flight
as a
number. You can
Hummer.
look at it. You can follow my tail. The tail
Yeah,
number.
exactly.
Guys, we got him in Monterey. He's in Monterey.
How many outfits do you bring? You said you have outfits, accoutrement. You could stuff that in your travel bag.
I'm not going to though.
But why? You're
I bring
holding
my
up
own hole
everybody
dryer.
else.
I bring my own blow dryer.
Are you pairing up with somebody, or do you have your own room?
No, we are actually only Mark Cates. He
Bunk
has
beds?
his own room.
Okay.
Because you know how much the rooms are at the lodge.
I do.
So David, Kent, Tommy, and I are splitting a room.
You guys are three-manning it?
They're three-manning it.
Ooh.
But they're going to roll in a bed for David.
Okay. Oh, he gets the roll away?
He gets to roll in.
Do me a favor. Take
Do
a
you
lot
guys
of
flip a
social
coin
for
for that?
this. I just have to
the
see
social's
that.
going to be the social is going to be so out of control.
Especially for us that know Tommy and know David. This is amazing that you three are sharing. a
Are
room.
these new outfits, or are
No.
these are things you've worn previously?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't want to break out some
But
new,
here's also
new stuff for
but
Pebble?
I also have to prepare for the Pebble purchasing.
Yeah.
I think
They'll
at
ship
the-
so they do a thing.
I don't want to deal with that.
They ship it home for you. You could just Take your stuff up to the guy. I want this. Send it to this address.
But
It's
I feel
done.
like you want the experience.
I
of,
also
I want
maybe-
it, I want to take it.
I don't
that
do
Bombardier Dash 8 doesn't have a lot of overhead space. I will say that.
That's the other thing too. I don't, because that's the anxiety part. So the anxiety part is, oh my God, I'm on the plane. Is there nowhere? And then they're looking at me, and then the big guys in the middle of the aisle just confused. I don't want to deal with that.
Just drink.
So when I used to fly like every week, well, the second time around, when I did New York, our Premier Radio Network days every week, that was first class.
Were you on the plane every week then?
Back then for Costas. Our Houston days, I was on Southwest, but I was like A status because I flew so much, right? One time I had to connect in Cincinnati, and the worst fear. We're running late. We get off the plane. They go, Mr. Morales, they're waiting for you. They're holding the plane for you. So here comes the big guy. A status don't matter when the plane's full.
Sure.
I walk in, everybody's just looking at me like, oh no, this is the guy we're waiting for. I got a suit on, but
You
again,
got a middle seat?
middle seat.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, here's your seat, sir. And it's like halfway down the plane, so I'm just walking by myself. It's the worst nightmare ever. That's the anxiety about flying for me. I want to get there, get in my seat, start drinking my little airplane
be
bottles,
done
even though
with
it's
it.
not technically allowed, and then be out. Remember the stuff, Dream Water? We used to be able to buy it at Target. It was like liquid melatonin. Just
Okay.
do a shot of Dream Water. It looked like a 5-hour energy. They don't make that stuff anymore. It probably wasn't good for you, but
There's a couple more pictures of the Horizon Q400 Bombardier.
they fly to Monterey all the time.
Never seen that. Never seen that before.
It's got propellers. So
No, it doesn't. I'm not
look
flying
at
on a
him.
propeller
It's
jet.
like the Wright brothers.
No, look at
Some guys.
Look
see
at
some
LAX
guys-
to Monterey
Where
Thursday
do you
morning.
think? How do you think I started?
I don't like this.
Trav, you see some guys outside just like this, getting the engine going. They're pulling like a lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Look at this one going over the mountains with those propellers going.
Oh, Jesus.
There's no mountains on the way to Monterey, right?
Sure there are.
Or, no, don't we just fly over the ocean, right?
Well, and you kind of go right up the coast. So you got
Yeah.
that little mountain range, the
Redwoods,
Santa Cruz,
Sequoia, you
through
gotta go
Big
through-
Sur.
yeah,
It's
you
kind of
gotta
all
go
right
through all
there.
that.
The problem is with a plane like with a flight like this, they never get up high enough, right?
It's going to up and
Right.
down.
35, that's it.
Right. So we're gonna feel it.
35,
You're
yeah.
gonna feel
35-minute flight,
35,000
feet. Yeah, it's up and down.
Nothing ever happens on
Between
up and down
35 and
flights.
33.
If I see Denzel get on, I'm gonna know we're in good shape. We're gonna fly it upside down.
Carby Barbie has boarded. Carby Barbie's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Good
your name?
news.
Good news.
It is a 2 and 2. There's 2 seats on each side of the aisle.
Well, what do we think it was?
Sometimes there's a 2 and 1 situation.
Oh my God! I wouldn't.
going on.
No. Here's what I would do.
like
I'd be
that
like, guys, it's 10 a.m. What Uber driver can get me to Monterey in
Got
4 hours?
Black car service
Yeah.
from
Guys, we
LAX
gotta go
to
fast.
Pebble.
Hell, the drive's like 6 hours, right?
It's not bad. It's actually a really easy drive.
This guy with the easy drives. Guys, I just drove
like-
to Texas. It's an easy
I
drive.
like a long drive. I
used to like a long drive.
The
not
drive
anymore.
from LA to Pebble Beach will take you 6 and change, but once you get to Ventura, it's a cruise the rest of the way.
You like
So
an
it's
early
a
morning
cruise.
drive or late night?
So it's
I
a
like the
cruise.
morning drive.
Yeah.
I like to watch the sun come up, Jorge.
He
leave
wants
like at
no
3,
music.
4?
Yeah.
No music, no radio, nothing.
That's fine.
Just a quiet drive.
Hum of the road, Slee, and just my own thoughts.
When you went for your 12-mile, 12 and change,
14.09.
when you went for your 14.09
Thank you.
hike,
Yes.
did you bring anything? Phone, anything? Nothing.
I took my phone. Yeah.
Well, for emergency, Slee.
I took my phone, but I didn't listen to any
But
music.
I don't think his hike is like he wasn't in the backcountry of Alaska. He was okay.
No, I think they're people.
By the way, that just when you sometimes do the emergency Lakers talk, and I like to promote it that way, and Sedano gets a kick out of it. We should call it the emergency Lakers talk.
First off, there was never an emergency Lakers.
I told you to do that. I felt bad because Slee thought, or Sedano thought you were doing it on your own.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm the one that told him to cut that
Yeah.
because I like that emergency Lakers talk tonight.
Emergency.
But now I never thought of it, emergency.
I may have said that to them, emergency.
I like
no,
that.
I don't know if I told them.
It's an emergency.
Even though it was just an already scheduled
Top of the
Lakers
world,
stuff.
Slee.
Look at you, bro.
See? No headphones. Let's
I
go.
can't do that.
And a photo.
I can't even walk down the street without headphones.
Was that one shot?
Oh, yeah. I could barely breathe
didn't
by the
like-
time I got up there. You think I'm
You
just
hit the wrong
posing?
button and turn off
Jorge
your phone.
taught me a
I've done
trick.
that.
I just
Volume button.
Yeah, volume button. Click. Done.
So you were-
14.09.
So I want to talk about this next. You were great at the Sunset Room on Friday night to celebrate your victory. It was really nice.
A year ago, I was really good there.
Were you there?
Yeah.
A year ago?
Yeah. That's when Berg did his whole thing and
Oh, you were there that? Oh, yeah, you were
He
there.
was dancing.
I do have a picture from that night.
Genuine came on and
Yeah.
you
Well,
did
that
your
happened
thing.
again this year.
I believe you phrased it that they made you do the pony.
The DJ there, who I believe is also Chris
Morales, yeah.
He knows the pony. So he made sure that the pony came on. I wasn't really feeling
How'd
the
you
pony.
do?
Pony is very popular.
I pulled people in on this one. DeAndre did it.
Yeah.
I believe
DeAndre.
yeah.
I don't want to get ponied by DeAndre. That's a big dude.
Or you do, depending on where you're at.
Speaking for myself, I do not.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm looking forward to.
No, it was a fun night at the Sunset Room. You guys heard about the Cappy adventure, right?
No.
I'll tell you next.
That's coming up next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shinato and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
The Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
So, Slee, Prize Picks, basketball, the NBA basketball at least may be over. But that doesn't mean that you can't play Prize Picks. I play Prize Picks baseball basically from the moment that spring training starts until where we are right now, all through the end of the postseason.
You play the long game.
I have some long game, and I love the short game. And I don't mean to give away any secrets. Shohei Ohtani's a pretty good pick. But this is Prize Picks. You pick 2 to 6 players. You pick more or less on their stat projections. And if you get it right, you can turn $10 into $1,000 on Prize Picks.
Here's what's cool about it. You don't have to be watching your team, but you can. You don't have to be watching your specific squad to a certain sport. You got the WNBA, you got Major League Baseball. You could even look, and I think there's this adds a little bit of drama to what we're doing. Go look at the game tonight. Go make some picks there. You could do it, and all you got to do is put our code in. Download the app today. Use that code 710 for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code 710 on Prize Picks for a deposit match of up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Raid wants to know, what would you do if you could confidently face every day knowing you and your loved ones are protected? Would you sing along to your favorite song at the top of your lungs? Turn off the GPS and let your heart do the guiding. Go to the drive-thru and order one of everything. Feel the buzz of confidence of knowing you are protected with 65 years of insect science in your hands. Raid. Protection for everyone.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Oh, no. I'm sore, man. 10:18 on a live Imagery Tuesday, presented by Kia of Downtown LA, the Travis and Sliwa Show. Don't forget, combo plate this afternoon, 1 to 3, Mason and Momo, I believe, and then at 3 o'clock, Cappy and me, I think, and somebody else.
Are you doing the whole show?
Well, only 2 hours. So we'll lead you up to coverage. Yeah. The All-Star Game, the Midsummer Classic, coverage begins at 5 p.m., courtesy of ESPN Radio and presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Pechanga's a beautiful place. You just went down there.
Just don't, Trav. I got to get back out there. I'll probably go in the next month or so. And he immediately was like, okay, you want to start golfing? Go golf.
Well, that's a great golf course.
You brought it up.
Yeah.
You said you were thinking about starting to play again, and I said, let's go.
We should get a tea time at Pechanga.
Yeah.
I said 7:15 on a Saturday morning.
Oh. Okay.
What do you mean?
That works. No, that works.
It's a beautiful course.
Right. It's a great course.
Probably an hour from you.
A little more, but sure. Everything's far from
10,
me.
something like that.
Yeah,
Saturday
absolutely.
morning, that's no problem.
Let's go. I'm an early riser, Slee.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
What Cappy do?
So Friday night, we're at the Sunset Room, and Mace is feeling good, and Cappy's feeling good. So we have a booth at one point that's like myself, Stephanie, Ron Mitchell, Cappy, Mace is in there, Jason Roberts. So we're just having time. We're having a fun time. I ordered a couple burgers and stuff. Cappy split a burger like he said he was going to. All of a sudden, I didn't realize what was going on at the moment. He goes, I got to take this call. I'm like, okay. 30 minutes go by, and I go to Mace. I go, where's Cappy? And he goes, he's around here somewhere, because it was packed. And the Sunset Room, where we're at on the right side, you can't really see all the action going on in the back of the bar. So I figured, he's back there somewhere. So then we continue drinking. David 100 buys shots for the table. So I'm starting to feel it a little bit. Then I get up to go use the restroom, and there's Corporate Greg and Mace. And Mace goes, do you know where Cappy is? I go, no. And Mace goes, I think he left. I go, that seems odd, but maybe he had to go back to San Diego. He's not staying up here this year. Mace goes, yeah, but he has all my stuff in his car. my cell phone, or not his cell phone, but his wallet, his bag with his laptop, clothes.
So Cappy drove Mace to Sunset Room.
Yes, because Mace did Uber. He had told us early on he was going to Uber there and Uber home.
Right.
So then Mace texts Cappy, where are you? Cappy told this story on the air. He's driving back to San Diego, doesn't respond. Mace calls him. He wasn't going to pick that up because he's thinking these are all going to be like, where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're no
You
fun.
coming
You
back?
suck. Right.
Right.
On the fourth ring, he finally picks it up. He goes, hey, Mace. And Mace goes, where are you? He goes, I Irish goodbye. I'm on my way back to San Diego. I got to get back. He goes, you have all my stuff. So Cappy has been gone now for 45 minutes or so.
No.
Stops, gets off the freeway, comes back. Now, that's a good person. And
Are
has
you
to come
kidding
all
me?
the way
He
back
turned
to get
around and
he
came
turned
back.
around.
Buck and a half extra.
Yeah.
To then hit his $1.45 home.
That's
2 hours.
brutal. And that makes me. I liked Cap a lot to begin with. That's a really good guy to turn around.
Right.
That's that's one of those. Hey, look, I know I screwed you, but I'm not turning around.
Right.
I'm real. I will get it to you tomorrow somehow, some way.
Yep.
I'm not turning. 45 minutes from the Sunset Room to San Diego. He's in what? Tustin?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean
probably
he's
Tustin.
he's well on his way.
Why
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
Mace bring his wallet into the Sunset Room?
That was a question asked, and
Yeah.
he
That's a good
said,
question.
May said it was so that he didn't have to buy drinks and make Greg buy
Good
drinks.
plan.
You could still lie. You could just have it in your pocket and then lie about having your wallet.
Which
By
that
the
does
way-
sound like a Travis Rogers type plan.
But by the way, the fact that Mace, that was his plan and didn't hide from it at all. No. I just don't want to buy a drink here. I'm going to make Berg buy it.
Greg bought me a drink.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
plan.
Greg was flowing.
Yeah, Greg bought me my drink.
Greg carries cash, a lot of cash. He can't report it with his taxes, so he's got to get rid of that
I don't even know what
cash.
that means.
I don't either.
He makes
didn't
a
know
lot
Greg-
of
I
money
didn't-
under the table
He's
with
got
Disney.
an under the table job.
With Disney.
Greg
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
seem like the type running numbers on the street, but maybe. Who knows?
He's got it working for him.
He's not supposed to be the guy that
So
you
yeah, I'll
think
give you
is
2
doing it.
points. By the way, have you guys watched this TV show, Hotel Cocaine,
No, I've heard it's good.
on MGM Plus? It's the one with Michael Chiklis, and that's why I started tuning in, because Chiklis tweeted about it, and then I tweeted Emily about it. It's pretty good.
But you're the only person that has MGM Plus.
No, so oddly enough, that day my dad calls me about it because we love Chiklis from The Shield, and he's like, "You got to, hey man, you got to download the app, MGM Plus." I'm like, "Really? Can't you just give me the user?" And then he was avoiding that conversation. So
Your dad wouldn't hook you up with the
He's like,
username.
"We get it through Amazon Prime." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it comes to the Amazon through Showtime on Amazon, so I don't have the password." I'm like, "Okay, Dad, I'll download it." So of course you signed up for the 7 days. That was 2 weeks ago. So I'm getting
Now you're getting
$6.99.
dinged. Yeah,
$6.90, another $6.99.
No, I canceled.
for Cocaine Hotel.
I canceled.
Hotel Cocaine.
Hotel Cocaine.
It takes place at the Mutiny, which was legendary in Miami.
Is it worth the $6.99 a month?
It's a good show. It's a little gratuitous with the cocaine part. Like, we get it. We understand. It's like every other scene is like just piles of it. But I guess they're trying to show you what it was like.
I was watching, No Reservations with Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Have
I was
you-
watching it yesterday?
Were you watching yesterday?
It'd be my rabbit hole, but go.
So they was in Panama.
Okay.
And he knew somebody high up in the Panamanian government. And the guy's like, "You want to go see something cool?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So they put these guys in the Jeep. They drive into the hills in Panama. And there's literally this small hill of cocaine that they pour gasoline on and light on fire.
Oh my gosh!
That's no good. You can't do that.
And Bourdain's like, This is not because I've had the dream of the pile of cocaine many times in my life. This is not how it ended. It was an inferno of flaming cocaine.
Well, cocaine, I've heard, is often made the process with gasoline. Exactly. By the way, you would like the theme song because they mentioned Perico, Jorge, in the song. And anyway, so I'm sure that went up.
It looked like a movie stunt. It was, and he the only thing missing was like a single tear rolling down his cheek. He was a little torn up.
Oh no, the guys that are coming to find they will have the tears on their cheek. Don't worry. Meanwhile, All-Star game tonight, home run derby last night, and a Dodger wins.
A Dodger wins, and look, maybe this has something to do with it. That as a Dodger fan, I was rooting for the guy wearing the Dodger uniform, whatever, right? Am I crazy, Al? That was really exciting.
No. Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm a baseball person. I get it. I'm a All-Star game person. I get it that I'm in that thin slice of people that likes the All-Star game. I'm not a big home run derby fan. More often than not, it's pretty boring. Last night was genuinely exciting. You had the last ball of the whole thing hit near the top of the wall. Teoscar wins. Bobby Witt just misses. You have a PK situation where each guy gets 3 swings with him and Bohm. He advances. He barely scrapes into the semifinals after a decent opening round, but every single part about that kept me entertained. And I don't know if it's because it was a Dodger that I like in Teoscar or is actually exciting.
Including the national anthem.
Well, that wasn't great.
Who was that?
This is Ingrid Andress. Multiple Grammys.
Really? She literally sounds like she was pulled out of the crowd.
So remember when Fergie did it and Draymond couldn't keep his you-know-what together? Remember that, Al?
Yeah.
Alec Boehm from the Phillies was Draymond in this situation where he kept taking his hat and kind of putting it over his mouth to prevent.
Can you blame him?
How do you
won
find
multiple Grammys at what?
Singing?
Really?
Yes. And that's what it sounded like.
Do we have one of her actual songs?
Ingrid Andress, Jorge.
By the way, have you heard of Ingrid Andress before?
I had never heard of her.
So when I saw the
last
name
night.
yesterday, I didn't see it live. Once it started blowing up on Twitter, I was like, who?
I'd never heard of her. At first, I'm like, when I saw it on Twitter too, it was like, oh, they had a kid do it and the kid bombed.
Right.
Okay, that's too bad because that happened. And then you go like, no, she's a pro.
What's Major League Baseball doing?
My only guess is she's from Dallas, right?
Yeah,
I think she's a local.
She's a hometown, yeah.
So
They don't sing like that in Dallas.
Well, she does.
Jessica Simpson gave us that. Or
By the
Dallas
way-
gave us Jessica Simpson.
By the way, if you look
and
at-
Carrie Underwood, I think.
You said
Maybe?
you saw it.
Maybe?
You said you saw it all through Twitter or whatever. If something just happened, and the national anthem is a perfect example. If every outlet is putting up your video of your national anthem,
You didn't kill it.
Something went wrong.
And many of the memes were of the topic, has an American been through enough? We've had a long 7 days in America.
It's been a long 7 days. That is very, very true.
What do they got lined up tonight for the national anthem?
Well, I know Adrian Beltre's throwing out the first pitch. I don't know. I don't know who they have singing. Is this Ingrid Andress?
Yeah, we'll play a song for her right now.
All right.
Hit music.
I've heard this song. Yeah, I've heard this song. I know this song.
She should have recorded the national anthem.
I think Ingrid's going to have a few questions, Milli Vanilli type related questions coming.
She should have recorded.
You're telling me that is the same person as this?
Oh, man. By the way, Cappy and Mace did a better job on Friday night. With the
Yeah,
national
by
anthem.
far. Not even close.
She's like running out of breath.
And Cappy
it's
and
not
Mace
even like a long portion.
don't have Grammys. Ingrid Andress
They
has
got Mandy's,
more.
though, not Grammys.
Pretty voice.
So she won a Grammy for this song, Best Country Song in 2021, and she won the Best Country Album for Ladylike in 2021. So
What's she been doing the last 3 years?
She get hit in the throat?
And she got nominated for Best Country Duo for Wishful Drinking on 2023.
Oh, who'd she do that with?
I don't not know.
Jorge, let's pull that up and play that coming back. Wishful Drinking.
She needs a
Sounds like me for the next 4 days.
Theme song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your anthem for your Pebble
Sorry.
Beach trip.
She was only nominated for the Grammy, did not win.
That's all right.
She needs a post-game show for that. Like, she needs questions. People get an opportunity to figure out what the hell happened. I want to hear from her.
But say you are somebody that is a studio musician, right? That's somebody that is a product of technology and whatever.
Right.
Would you ever agree to go sing live in front of the world? Or at least in front of the Home Run Derby fans of the world? You would never do that.
If she knew her performance is going to be something like that, why would you ever agree to do that?
Because they must have done a rehearsal. You would think, right?
Maybe her ear, the mic in her ear was off, and so she couldn't get her correct.
But her notes
in her
voice. There's no notes.
Oh, forget her ear. What about her voice? The whole purpose of why she's doing this.
Oh. It sounds like she's in agony. And there's not a single note that she hits.
It was a tough night for the flag. Tough
night for Ingrid Andress.
By the way, you read any story on this, there's always a link to Fergie as well.
Oh,
but here's the thing.
It's like, hey, you thought that was bad.
But
Take a listen.
I remember we were on the next morning after the Fergie one and we played it. And it was almost like she was sexualizing the anthem.
That's what I said to Em.
Yeah, she was like doing a sexual type
Fergie
thing.
tried to style it.
Right.
It's like she tried to put a spin on it, didn't work.
Right.
Okay, fine. She tried something, failed, whatever. Ingrid Andress can't sing. There's a difference.
Apparently.
Yeah, she was bad from the beginning to the end.
It was bad the whole time. I mean, oh boy, that one hurt.
Well, that's Fergie.
That's Fergie.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Fergie sounds.
At least she hit the vibrato at the end.
Fergie compared to what's her name?
Ingrid Andress.
Ingrid Andress.
Fergie compared to Ingrid was Whitney Houston. Ingrid was. That sounded like they literally pulled somebody out of the stands.
So Ingrid walks off. She comes back into the dugout. Her manager, her publicist, whoever, her team of folks is there. Are they like, you were great?
No. They said,
we got an Uber black waiting for you.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
Hey, the acoustics in here were terrible. It was much better than you
saved
think.
a lot of money.
Yeah, Ingrid, we just discovered your sister sang all those songs.
That was so
Poor
bad.
Ingrid. Ingrid had a bad day.
It's a tough night for her. I want to know, I guess I could look it up, who's singing the national anthem tonight.
We'll find out. Plus, we'll find out when Juan Soto gets to become a Dodger. That's coming up next. It's Trav and Slee, 710 ESPN. And it's officially summer. It is officially hot just about every single day, which means you're going to be running that AC a whole bunch. And this is why you need to know that NextGen is the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. NextGen is the best in the biz, not just because I've had them out to my house a couple of times, but because they have thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove exactly that. And right now, it's not just air conditioning. They're also going to take care of all your plumbing problems as well. You can get an $88 drain cleaning. That's right, $88 for a drain cleaning, and they're going to add in a free plumbing camera inspection. So if you're sick of that slow drain in your house, it just takes forever and ever to empty, call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN and say goodbye to all of your AC, heating, or plumbing problems. That's 833-3-NEXTGEN or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com to schedule your appointment today.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Something amazing is happening with supply chains. They're running themselves quickly and securely. That's because retailers consulted with CDW, who designed and built a Cisco security solution to defend against attacks and respond to threats. With end-to-end protection, better decisions are made in real time, so warehouse and customer data stay safe until products reach their destination. Cisco and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Cisco.
Small business owners, we know tackling your to-do list can sometimes feel like going 12 rounds against a heavyweight champ. Except that heavyweight's gloves are made of something hard, like diamonds. So when a new to-do pops up, you're like, I can't. I'm boxing my diamond boxing glove-wearing heavyweight champ of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy with over 30 customizable coverage options, so you can finally land a knockout blow. See if you can save on business insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
It is a live Imaging Tuesday on the Travis and Sliwa Show. So this is Ingrid, who sang the national anthem yesterday at the Home Run Derby. It wasn't good. This is wishful thinking. It's a duet with whom?
With Sam Hunt. That's his name is Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt, yeah.
Yeah, that
Sammy.
guy.
Awesome. Well, mount this up for a second. Sammy's the best. So this song was from 2 years ago, I believe. Wishful Drinking. I do get optimistic when I'm a couple in.
Who doesn't?
Or 7 in. All right, so this sounds good, right? Pot that down.
Beautiful voice on here.
Counterpoint?
Not the same person.
Well, it is the same person. That's the problem.
So Ingrid has now spoken, and producer Emily has the comments.
Oh, she said
via
something.
Instagram.
It is. She might not have been in the best headspace before she did it.
Like
yesterday.
wasted?
Yeah. So she
Wait a
says.
minute. How do you get wasted before you have to sing the national anthem?
By the way,
So here's what.
Now I'm kind of in. I'm a fan.
If I'm a good singer and I get wasted,
She's going to write a country song, or somebody's going to write it for her, or whatever, how it goes,
I would feel
about
like she
getting
kills
wasted
it.
before singing the national anthem.
So,
And I'm sorry, America.
This is what she said. I'm not going to BS y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get help
that's
that
a
I
bummer.
need. That was not me last night. I apologize to the fans of the MLB, all the fans of this country. I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun.
well,
Ingrid,
freaking A,
listen,
I didn't
Ingrid,
have that information.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Ingrid, we had 9 hours planned on this. How else were we going to get through today? And now you just made it. Obviously, if you have a
now I feel very
if you have a
bad.
problem drinking with alcohol, who my family has. My mother was an alcoholic and has been sober 15 years. So definitely get help and go to a facility if you're having a problem with it. So
Damn. All right.
That sucks.
That churned.
well, there goes that bit.
Get
No,
well
I'm
soon,
done with that.
Ingrid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go check into rehab.
Deal with your situation, and hopefully they give her another crack at it, and it doesn't
And
sound
hopefully
quite like that.
she has a future career ahead of her when she gets herself sober.
You know what's going to end up happening? She will get another crack at it, and it will be some kind of big event, and she'll probably kill it at the national anthem. I did not know
Let's
that was
hope
the
so.
damn backstory.
What are you going to do?
Tonight will be Cody Johnson singing the national anthem. And before the Midsummer Classic, Cody had also a country artist. I don't know if he's from Dallas, but I'm guessing.
Odds are good.
Yeah, so we'll see how Cody does tonight.
Better, I think. Cody took the cue and shows up.
I'd like to
in
just
the
thank
right
Carl
frame of
Lewis
mind.
for allowing the bit to go on for years and years without.
Still, so here's the question: who was worse?
Carl Lewis is the worst.
Okay,
Carl Lewis added a line.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna. Then he added. I'm gonna make up for it now. He also threw that up.
The fact that he added lines.
But that's not good. I'm not arguing that he may be the answer, but there is another candidate, Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, but I think she did it on purpose. That whole thing was
when
on purpose.
she's grabbing her crotch and spitting during the entire thing.
Well, that's kind of on brand for her. I mean,
it is, but again, probably not the venue or the song that you want to go do that for.
No. I think her and Carl were right up there. 1 and 2, 1A, 1B.
I think you're right though. I think the difference is Carl was trying.
Yeah. That's the
Do you
difference.
remember who the guy who couldn't keep it together, the basketball player? Decent player, probably underachieved, made a frickin' fortune playing, and was always kind of like, yeah, he should be a little better. Was just in hysterics on the sideline. Derek Coleman.
Oh,
really?
He could not stop laughing. Derek Coleman was laughing in Carl Lewis's face as it was taking place.
Do we have the Carl Lewis in there, Jorge?
It's got to be in there somewhere, right?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'll make up for it now. Rockets. I like when they insert the pauses in the wrong place. That's a nice artistic touch as well. Not just that you don't have the artistic ability, but that your arrangement is also off.
Let's hear it.
Oh, say, can you see? And the Rockets, red flag.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'll make up for it now.
No, you won't.
For the land of the free.
Oh, boy.
I would just start reading after that. I wouldn't even sing anymore.
Just recite it like a poem.
By the way, you know the funny thing is the COT and the Mafia from Friday's game are now like, hey, man, why didn't we have YouTube? Well, like these people are losing their minds. And other people are trying to tell them, why don't you just stop before they just don't do the game next year? Hey, man, are we going to, like, for the national anthem, we want our own national anthem. We need a fighter jet to fly over before the Monster game.
They're going to get your two-prop plane. Fly over.
Yeah, they're going to get a Bombardier 800Q. Yeah, that's the equipment that Morales is
Fly
on.
a drone over or a kite. Or
Bombardier's parent company isn't Boeing, is it?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It's a kid
Hold
with a
on, let's
kite
find out.
from-
Let's see.
With the longest tail we could put on that thing.
Who makes the Bombardier 800? Does not look like they're affiliated, Chris. I think you're.
Do they have flight attendants, or are you on your own?
I don't think you can fit a flight attendant down that narrow of an aisle. It's like you'd have to turn side. I don't think so.
Oh man, that flight to Pebble to Monterey.
That's
to Monterey.
Small plane.
You know what you're not hoping for? Turboprop. I like jets, Slee. I'm not dusting crops on my way to Pebble Beach. I want to get there in one piece. You're gonna go low over the Salinas Valley, spray all the garlic, and then land in Monterey. This is Captain Smith. We're gonna come in at an elevation of 200 feet. We're gonna spray these grapes, and then we're gonna climb and descend back into Monterey Airport.
Pilot has a stop in Santa Barbara. Like he's making stops. He's got to go back up.
Spray those grapes.
Well, that's what they grow up there.
Can the Monterey Airport handle a 747? Probably not.
No, the Monterey Airport makes
tiny.
Burbank look like Atlanta.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's not big.
What was the bar that you said?
Woody's.
Woody's. But
hey, full bar.
My bar at home looks bigger than Woody's.
No, Woody's was decent. That was decent. You're gonna get what you need from Woody's. Only shot you got.
He's got to make it there first.
Come on.
That's right. That's right. Woody's is after. Woody's is basically leaving on Sunday.
Yeah, Woody's.
Depending on
people fly to Pebble Beach every day.
A lot of people drive. A lot of people fly to San Jose, which is about an hour and a half away. Yeah. San Jose is got an airport.
Well, it's
They fly jets into San Jose.
Monterey takes 2 planes a week.
Yeah.
They take 2 planes.
There's a guy out there right now blacktopping the runway. they're filling in all the holes from the last plane that came in there.
They're getting training. They're like, so do I get the plane this way?
How do I hold the sticks? Oh, yeah. Hey, did you see Foo coming up next? It's Trav and Slee, 710 ESPN.
We were just talking about it. You're about to take a vacation. You want to stay in Southern California. You're an hour away from Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Pechanga gives guests all the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf. And let's not forget the round-the-clock gaming excitement. I can tell you firsthand. I was there. We broadcasted a couple weeks ago. It's a brand-new partner here at 710 ESPN. It's incredible. Temecula is beautiful. The immense casino floor, the 1,100 hotel rooms and suite, the spa and the golf course, which I mentioned, the Journey Golf Course, beautiful. 20 bars and restaurants and so much more at Pechanga Resort Casino, one of the largest resort casinos in the country. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA to book a reservation or for more information. Again, Pechanga.com. Also follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and info.
710 ESPN. And they all
NHL hockey, LA Kings hockey on 710 ESPN. Welcome to the family.
Brand new partnership. We're excited to have the Kings right here, the home of the Los Angeles Kings. And Trav, now I just need an invitation to go catch a game.
You have been giving you one forever. Now you have to
across the street. Now it's across the street.
Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.
The Kings are back on 710 ESPN. Believe it or not, I did pregame for the Kings
25 years ago. Damn, I'm old. Luke Robitaille, the rest of the Kings organization couldn't be more excited. Go Kings, go!
Go Kings, go. Nothing like live hockey. Nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing like watching it on TV. Nothing like listening to it on the radio. And we've got them on ESPN LA. Go Kings, go.
We're so excited. The LA Kings have found a new home right here on 710 ESPN. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
I want to congratulate the LA Kings. You are now on the greatest sports radio station in America, 710. And guess what? Now I get to be one of the ice girls at a Kings game. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go.
And you're going to build your lineup. All you have to do is pick your favorite players, pick more or less on their player projections, and let's go have a good time, and let's all be winners. Prize Picks. Download the app, use my code CAPPY, and let's all play on Prize Picks.
Hey, it's Sedano. LA is the home of champions, so celebrate like a champion with Tequila Mandala. Award-winning artisanal small batch premium sipping tequila. Our friends at Tequila Mandala turning tequila fans into Tequila Mandala fanatics. Made from the finest mature agaves to bring you the perfect sipping tequila, from their Blanco to their flawless year extra añejo. Up your game with Tequila Mandala and experience the best award-winning premium tequila. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit tequilamandala.com for more details.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself, or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
You're gonna feel a puff of air.
Jong's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
And it is Travis and Sliwa, and it's time for the segment we do around this time, 10:40 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Hey, did you see that sky today?
Did you guys see that? Basically, the days we don't do Ask Slee, we do this thing. It's called Hey, Did You See?
Did you see that? I thought I did it.
Did you see the memo about this?
I mean, I'm excited. You can tell by my read. Hey, did you see?
So, hey, did you happen to see?
It's time for Hey, Did You See?
Hey, man, did you touch my drum set? Have you read this?
Right now on Travis and Sliwa.
Nice fade, Jorge.
Thank you for noticing.
Absolutely. Welcome back. Good to have you back.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's going on?
Yes. All right. So you guys know I'm a huge soccer guy, right?
Yep.
And then over the weekend we witnessed Messi win his second Copa America in a row as back-to-back wins. But I'm exactly.
And a World Cup.
Yeah. But I'm a little jealous. Our friend Anthony from our social media department, he was in Miami for the final, or at least I thought so. Anthony, explain to us how you tricked me.
Yeah, so if you guys saw on ESPN LA, TikTok, Instagram.
Really good job, though. I sent you guys a video.
Our spots at Cosm Los Angeles fooled so many of our followers into thinking we were actually at the final. Just showed Travis the video of it.
I bought it.
And everybody on my personal was like, bro, no way you got credentials. Like, even though, they know I'm with LA.
I was jealous. I was actually jealous. I was like, Anthony, how was Miami? How was the chaos? How was, the fans running in there?
Scary?
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure everybody goes and checks that out on ESPN LA, Instagram, TikTok, on X as well, because it was authentic. The Colombian fans, Argentinian fans were there. The game feels like you're there. It's an immersive reality experience. Really, really cool spot.
Anthony, before you go, can I ask a favor of you really quick?
Yeah.
There's a box of donuts in the kitchen.
Yep.
Don't go in there and manhandle them, please.
Yeah, better enough for you guys. I am now starting the carnivore diet, so I'm not touching that stuff. So, hey, you don't have to worry. All the donuts are
to go from the way you ripped up that chocolate croissant to then a carnivore diet, kind of all goes. Like I could see him now just grabbing a
hunk of meat, a turkey leg, a rib, a beef rib.
Going at it.
You guys kind of influenced me.
I opened the box of donuts in there just to see what was going on, and there was pieces of donuts. I'm like, Anthony must have been through here already.
Not me this time. I'll be respectful.
At least take 2 napkins, bro, and like cut it in half, leave one, and take the
there's
other
a way
one.
to do
Something.
it.
I was a bit jealous. I actually, you guys had me fooled. Cosm, I honestly thought Anthony was there, and I was about to text him like over the weekend. I was like, I'll just wait till I see him on Monday
I
or
wasn't
Tuesday.
fooled.
I am. Trust, I
I'm
was.
Jinsey.
Yeah,
I was.
Yeah.
It's a cool way to experience an event like that. That's cool.
For sure.
Yeah, very cool spot. A lot more to come from Cosm LA.
Cool. All right, so now to the All-Star game. Have you guys noticed the Dodgers posted pictures of these guys, Shohei and Freeman riding a mechanical bull?
Yeah.
When was the last time, or have you guys ever ridden a mechanical bull?
Never. Nor would I ever try. Look, this is not another story about me taking my walks, but it's a story about me taking a walk. When I walk on the sidewalk,
guys listening.
When I go on my hikes, I stare at the ground. Do you know why? Because I'm afraid of tripping on something. I'm afraid of tripping on a root from a tree or a rock or an imperfection in the sidewalk. I'm really fearful of falling down and breaking my neck. You really
do you
think
have
I'm
a life alert?
I should probably get one. Do you think I'm getting on something that can crack me in half on purpose? Never. I would never get on one of those.
I don't think I've ever rode one either. Actually, I know I haven't. I'm just trying to think. I know I was at a place where they had a mechanical bull.
They used to have one in Saddle Ranch here in Universal City.
Okay.
I rode it there, and then one time we rented one at one of these. Brenda's family throw big parties. Like here and there.
Yep.
One year they rented a mechanical bull. So then, your significant other was able to, control it at some point. They taught them how to control it. So it was fun. You can rent these things, and then sometimes the guy who's controlling it lets your significant other or friend let you handle it, and it's pretty fun.
Did you get
And they're just
tossed?
using like a joystick. They're just freaking left, right, everything.
It's basically what it is. But then there's guys that know how to control it, and then they make it shake. And it's
How
pretty
long
fun.
did you stay on it?
I probably like
Hour
3
and a half.
seconds.
An hour and a half. He
rode it home.
He had dinner on there.
And those places that have the mechanical bulls, obviously, they do the controls differently for men and women that are on it.
Yep.
Men that try to get off as fast as possible.
Have you done it?
I have not, but my friends at Saddle Ranch, and the one in Hollywood though. But yes, I mean my friends have done it. I don't do it because I don't want to be seen. But they have the women go a little slower and do a little different moves for the women to have them. That's why we're watching.
Stay on longer.
That's why we're watching.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
but it's like PBR. 8 seconds, you're cool. Like the guys are trying to hang on to your life.
There's this place called Xfinity Live in Philadelphia where I used to go watch games a lot when I lived in Philadelphia, and they have like a whole section that's just a mechanical bull thing, and they would like churn through those people super quickly. It was kind of fun though.
All right, then one more. We found out Chris is going on his trip to Pebble Beach. So there's a story of Terrell Davis, Hall of Fame running back.
I saw this.
He got arrested once he landed wherever he was going from United Airlines.
Orange County.
Yeah, and he apparently touched the waitress on the shoulder and wanted ice or some type of assistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
The waitress, the flight attendant. Yeah, before you get back. It's not locker room, it's clubhouse. Sorry.
It's not as much fun correcting you because you don't care. I only like correcting Emily because it bothers her.
Yeah, so the air waitress. So who's at fault here? Him for touching her on the shoulder, trying to get her attention when there's other ways of getting their attention, or her for I guess I can say it was an overreaction.
Do you know the story, Slee?
You guys, I just heard you guys talking about it, but I feel like there should be more details in the story.
He was taking a flight from A to B. It was I don't know where the flight originated, but it was coming to Orange County, I believe. And as he was sitting in a seat with his son, when the plane landed, the FBI boarded the plane and arrested him. Right? So his version is the flight attendant came by and he said, "Can I please get a cup of ice for my son?" The flight attendant either ignored him, didn't hear him, or whatever it was, like did not acknowledge the request. And he, in Terrell Davis's version of events, reached out and tapped this person on the shoulder, touched them on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me," to try to get their attention. And the person, I think the flight attendant in this situation was a man, and said, "Don't hit me." And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, he gets arrested when the plane lands.
When they landed.
If it was a simple tap on the shoulder, "Excuse me," of course he didn't do anything wrong. If he grabbed this person, you don't get to touch people, right?
Correct.
You can softly,
Have a little light.
right? Softly, "Excuse me." That's okay. But any sort of forceful grab, you don't get to lay your hands on people.
Yeah, I think again, that detail is everything. So
Yeah,
for
of
me
course
to-
it is.
right? Like for me to say, he was wrong or she was wrong, it does. And if he's there with his son and he's just asking for ice water or whatever the case is, I'm just not imagining him grabbing.
It's hard to picture.
But I don't know what the hell happened. Is it a little to have the FBI waiting for him getting off the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds a little extreme.
There's got to
right
be more
there.
to it.
There's got to be more to it.
Can't be
Yeah,
just this. And if we've only heard from Terrell Davis, then he's obviously going to paint himself into the
There's-
nicest light possible.
I would assume there are lots of other people on the plane that saw this go down. I would imagine it's not going to be hard to get to the bottom of what happened. Yeah,
But it is if the flight attendant if it doesn't hear you, doesn't pass you. Okay, carry on with your life. I don't think you need to grab a flight attendant. And get
grab,
there.
absolutely not. But what if they're you just tap them on the
Excuse me.
shoulder like,
Yeah,
excuse me.
I really just don't think that's
Push the
that
light,
big of a
man.
deal. Just push the light.
push the little light.
Or just don't have ice for your kids' drink. Like, who cares?
What if I want ice for my kid's
Right.
drink?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I just think it's a whole big who cares. And that I think there's probably an overreaction somewhere in this.
Or
but-
there's just a lot more details that we just don't know.
The FBI probably not showing up for just, "Excuse me, can I have some ice?" I don't know. Who
or
knows?
just a flight attendant saying, "Hey,
Chris,
this
don't
guy
ask for
grabbed my
ice on your
shoulder."
plane.
Yeah, please
when you
don't.
when you fly tomorrow or Thursday, do not ask for ice
By
on
the way,
plane.
if
You
the
might end up in
FBI is showing up for that, FBI is going to show up on my next parking ticket. It's got to be more. It's got to be more.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out for sure. Juan Soto says nobody knows the future. I might. That's next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shadano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Has to offer. There's always a seat at the table at LA's Commerce Casino with the widest variety of poker and table games around. From easy baccarat, hold'em, 21st century blackjack, and many more. Commerce Casino is where the game reigns. Must be 21. Play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit problemgambling.ca.gov.
Over 20 years ago, the first batch of Tito's handmade vodka was distilled in the heart of Austin, Texas. Since then, its roots have stayed put, and its vodka continues to be made on the same land where Tito built his dream. A distillery called Mockingbird that houses a simple vodka with a spirit the size of Texas and as good as the day it was born. Learn more about the Tito's story at titosvodka.com. That's titosvodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
$11 o'clock, straight up on Live Imaging Tuesday. On the Travis and Sliwa Show, made possible by Kia of downtown LA. By the way, Trav was just asking me about how amazing Cosm Los Angeles, who he gave away some stuff to over the weekend for the Copa. We've done some UFC events. It is incredible. So it's a shared reality. Not what you're thinking, Slee. But to experience anything. They actually, when we were starting the partnership, they did like a little sample day for us, just watching movies in it. in I don't even know it's not 40, you call it something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. They have history type lessons that they're going to be rolling out where you're inside the Sistine Chapel. And instead of being like you look up, they literally can zoom it to where you're right underneath it, looking at every detail. It's incredible. It's incredible. So you want to experience Cosm Los Angeles.
Put Pechanga, round of golf, and then Cosm Los Angeles. Put it on our to-do list.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, it's
And the Hollywood Bowl.
And the Hollywood Bowl for you, Jorge.
Oh, you've never been to the Hollywood Bowl?
Nah.
Nor does he want to.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing, the Hollywood Bowl.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's an amphitheater.
Who cares?
Reggae festival in August. You want to go?
August what?
4th, 5th, something
Oh,
like that?
any other day.
No, he's not going.
But Hollywood Bowl is one of those things that there's nothing like a summer night at the Hollywood Bowl. You know, watching
Apparently,
the sunset.
for everybody but Jorge there, Hollywood Bowl's the best.
Hollywood Bowl's incredible, Jorge. What's wrong with you?
No, it's just it doesn't cough for me. It doesn't
speak to you.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to go there. Like I don't know.
What if they had the Copa there?
No, they won't. But sure, nice try.
They could put the
Messi's
Cosm
playing on
Copa
the field.
exactly
On
Put
stage.
it on stage, exactly.
I always say the best place to watch a sunset is on a golf course. Then the Coliseum on a Saturday night
Also good.
for USC football.
Right.
And then I would say the Hollywood Bowl are my three.
You're gonna get some good golf course sunsets this weekend.
Oh, silly. I can't wait.
How many?
Now-
What's the over/under on cigars?
Oh, David.
You're there
David
Thursday,
Ken-
Friday, Saturday, leave Sunday.
David can smoke cigars.
Okay.
Mark
Just you
Cates,
two?
Mark Cates will smoke a cigar with me. Mm-hmm. So you figure they're going to go through probably 6 on their own. That's all I'll give them. I'm bringing 20.
You're gonna smoke 14 cigars
No,
in 3 days?
But I like variety.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be in the mood for.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
How long would it take you to smoke 10 cigars, Slee? How many lifetimes?
I think I get through 10 cigars by the time Mandy's 31 is complete.
No, I could do 4 or 5 if I'm trying to.
No, you're just out having a good day. You're playing golf. You're having dinner. You're sitting on a patio. You're having a glass of wine. You're not
You're not
trying to
forcing
smoke
it.
them. Right.
You're just smoking it. You're just.
Oh, on these days, 4 easy a day. That's easy.
That's a lot.
If I'm allowed to smoke on the property easily, yeah.
I think as long as you're not inside.
Yeah, that's 4 probably.
Yeah. You gonna make it back?
He's making it back.
When
Yeah,
I
he's
took a
making
few
it
days off a week, I was smoking 5 a day.
Yeah,
that was just in the hot tub
well,
hanging around Whittier.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your summer where you played golf 36 holes a day.
No,
how many were you taking down then?
Probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, you didn't. That might have been an error, a tactical error on your part.
The 4 or 5 cigars or the amount of golf?
All of it.
Well, I wanted to show that it could be done. I'm thinking about it again.
Really?
I think this trip will inspire me to try to do something again in August at Black Gold, leading up to the ESPN LA Golf Classic. Maybe it's just golf every day, 1 round. Not 2 rounds a day for 10 days.
That's more human.
Yeah.
Bro, it's good life right there.
Thank you, sir.
Kind of jealous of this Thursday through Saturday.
By the way, I'm really getting excited at the idea, based on Friday night and the play-by-play. Working with Michael and Pepe was a lot of fun. I think I want to work with them once a month, like a special edition. Maybe we just do a podcast or a YouTube show.
You should do it.
Just the 3 of us?
Mm-hmm. What would you talk about?
And then it can be unfiltered.
Yeah, unfiltered.
What would the content be?
It could be anything. Those guys can
think,
talk about
yeah.
anything.
Show 1. What are you doing?
Show 1?
Yeah.
Probably say, like, listen. And you know what would be great, actually, because Michael's a big cigar guy, is we record it somewhere where we're puffing.
Smoking a cigar.
Right.
Like the Club Shay Shay.
Yeah, exactly. Club MTMT.
Go to MT's house. Record it there.
That's far, man.
Oh, it's
Not that far for you.
But it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's
But
worth
you
it.
want a sunset
That's
over
worth
the
it.
ocean?
That's
My
worth it.
I don't know. Will he allow Pepe there?
Yes, I've actually seen Pepe there. You're good.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I want to do more content
Do it
with
in the
those two
pool
guys.
that's in Michael's living room. It's the most unreal thing I've ever seen. You open the front door and there's the pool.
To your right, kitchen to your left. Yeah, that's normal.
Why not?
That's normal.
Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was a lot of fun. By the way, if you missed the game on Friday and you just want to hear the commentary of Michael and Pepe at ESPN Los Angeles, our All-Star Friday night from last Friday. What's next? Rams training camp next week begins. We'll be out there every day, every open day. We'll be there.
We're there Friday, Slee. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are there Friday.
Yeah.
Thursday, it starts off with Shedano and Cap. I think I'll be out there for that. And then we've got August. We got August. And then it's the countdown to USC football, the countdown to Rams football. Then it's the countdown to Lakers, the countdown to Kings. Oh, plus LAFC is going to be in a playoff race. I could feel. By the way, where is Mario? Hey, it's Mario. He's supposed to be coming in today to give
You know
away
what's
some
funny?
prizes, LAFC stuff.
I feel like we've kind of gone past the tipping point where Cap sounds more like Mario than Mario sounds
I think
like
so.
Mario.
Yeah. I'm impersonating Cap, impersonating Mario. Where is he?
Cap's Mario is maybe my favorite thing on the radio.
Hey,
station.
where's the LAFC imaging, sucker? We only got 40 minutes to kick off.
That used to get Cody, bro.
So what would happen is the afternoon show, like on a day I was doing the afternoon show, I'd be doing the LAFC imaging in here. But my bit, which nobody could figure, other than Cody understood it, like, hey, you got 20 minutes, so I need the imaging for LAFC.
And it was going over the air because I'm driving and I'm texting these guys like, what is he talking about? I got 40 minutes for imaging for LAFC. It was funny.
It's a 5 o'clock game in Dallas.
It's 4:25.
Yeah, you're right. You're doing Cappy doing Mario.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a triple impression.
Cap has mastered it.
It's perfect.
No, it's the best stuff.
It's.
I hope Mario
fantastic.
likes it because I made Cap do his JB Long impersonation to JB.
Yeah,
on
how
Friday.
did you think that went?
I don't
was
think JB was.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
But I wasn't going to let Cap. You can't do impersonations about people we work with, teammates, and then not do it right to their face when that moment presents itself. It would have made Cap look disingenuous.
I believe JB's line was, if you're going to roast me, at least roast me accurately. I think
Yeah, because he said touchdown Los Angeles. He said say touchdown
Yeah, it's
LA.
touchdown LA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he sometimes says Los Angeles.
Touchdown, LA!
Yeah. Yes. That.
I thought JB was fine with it.
It was pretty great. What else, Chris?
That's about it, actually.
What else for your trip?
What else for my trip?
Yeah. What's the plan? Are you going to eat a steak every night? I know you got steak houses
Well, he's
on
got
the
an
menu.
Italian. There's
one
Italian
Italian.
restaurant.
Okay.
That could be a chicken parm then.
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, are there
Good appetizer.
Are there different things that can deliver to the property, like a DoorDash for cocktail?
I
accoutrement?
don't know whatever you need.
Well,
is
I
there.
find something on Weed Maps that could deliver
1,000%.
because you can't really travel with it still.
You can. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
I don't want to be like Terrell Davis and have the FBI
I
waiting for me.
took my gummies to Pebble Beach.
Sir, you took a small plane up here and you brought that?
Your entire carry-on.
Yes. You
Is the
want
good
that?
stuff.
They got you covered.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. There's nothing you're going to need that will not be.
Because our friend
quickly
Chris
delivered.
Ward, he doesn't have a store up there yet. But he's working on it.
Dude hooked us all up.
Yeah.
No, Chris Ward takes care of us. Our friends at the Green Cross in Torrance. Meanwhile, here's the thing. So the anthem wasn't great last night. We now know that person, the artist...
Extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, so we can't go to that bit. But tonight, maybe Cody Johnson, who's singing the national anthem before the NL takes on the AL in the All-Star game. What number is this? Remember when it used to be like, this is the 775th All-Star game?
Look this up. I'm going to say this is the 84th. Guessing.
Something like
That
that.
seems a little low.
It might be low.
Yeah, that's low.
94th.
I still think that's low. I think we're over 100 now.
104th.
Hey, what's everyone's guess?
I think it's like it's got to be like 115th.
Al?
I'll go 90th.
I'm going to say 80. I'll stick with 84th.
93.
Wow.
You were
For
so close as you were 94.
You gotta
But no,
put your-
Al was
Trav, you
closest.
gotta
He
put
said
your-
90.
Oh, you said 90?
The 93rd
Oh, I
All-Star
thought you
game.
went over.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing Prices Right rules.
I didn't know if, like, when you put your fist up, I'm like, is he cheering for me?
I'm
or
in
is he
second.
cheering-
I'm in second.
We're
right?
number 2.
I'm
You're
like
long
that
legs.
movie.
Yeah, you're
I'm
long
like that
legs.
movie.
What are
for
the
sure.
odds tonight? NL or AL? What are the odds?
AL always wins,
Do they?
seemingly.
Yeah.
The NL had like do you guys really want to do this? Because I know all the answers to this.
How?
I think we got time.
The NL had a run through the 70s and 80s where they won something like 17 out of 18. They just won every single year, something like that. And since the turn of the millennia, the AL has just destroyed them. They've won almost every single time. It's very few NL wins along the way.
What's the reasoning?
Who knows? Randomness.
That's random.
Randomness.
I used to get so excited as a kid for the All-Star game.
What was your favorite part? Because I had one very specific
thing.
things.
Do you remember the one that was, I think it was 92, 93 at Wrigley Field when it was rained out? Or not rained out, but it was pouring rain. Do you remember that one?
Vaguely.
Yeah, I loved that one because it was just so interesting. I used to be because we didn't get rain delays as Dodger fans that often.
Rarely.
So like watching people roll out the tarp really got me excited as a kid.
The tarp rolling.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, here comes the tarp.
You know what I loved? And Rob Manfred apparently just addressed this at his State of the Game thing. My favorite part of the All-Star game was when they would all wear their regular uniforms all in the same field at the same time. And I don't know when it changed, but 15, 20 years ago,
you said that before.
they
You love
started
that.
having All-Star uniforms.
Right. Yep.
Manfred said they're seriously considering going back
back?
to the old way where everybody wears their regular stuff. I
That's
think
how
that's
it should
cool.
be.
Yeah, because nobody wears. Like, if the idea is, oh, you know what, we're going to get some more jersey sales. Who wears
an All-Star
That's what I'm
jersey?
saying.
Nobody. Put a
does.
patch.
I mean, Janice did at the Sunset Room.
Yeah, our old friend Janice did win one
Put,
of those All-Star.
put the
All right, well, that
patch.
takes away my
have it
point.
do that. No, but how many of you? Okay, there's one. You ever seen another one? I haven't.
No.
Right? Seeing Shohei next to Bryce
I
Harper.
actually think Brian Cohen has one too.
Okay, that's two right there. I mean, so
Two.
far our
Trav, your
argument
argument's kind of
is-
going
No,
south.
it's not.
It's going south fast.
Go to a Dodger
It's like
game.
a
Go to
twin
an
jet
Angel
engine
game.
just going south.
It's a Bombardier 800Q.
Or Boeing.
No,
Bombardier.
do it the way that it always used to be done. I think that'll be great. I think what's interesting is Juan Soto said, what was it, yesterday, Em, about Ohtani?
Yeah, it's kind of like their media day opening.
He said, of all the players you want to play with, who do you want to play with? He said Ohtani. Then I think he meant in an All-Star game because they swapped leagues at exactly the right time. He obviously is a free agent at the end of the year. The Yankees emptied their farm system to go get him.
After the Padres emptied their farm system to go get him.
Exactly.
Yep.
He said nobody knows what the future holds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an interesting answer because what you could say is, look, I love being in New York. It's a great fit. I love hitting in front of Aaron Judge. It's a
Feels
historic
right.
Everything about
Team
this
is
is great.
good. Mm-hmm.
But this is a business, and I need to do what's best for my family. That means he's negotiating. If it's something other than that, if he really is open for business, let me paint a picture for you. What if the Dodgers blow it again? What if the Dodgers just really flame out again?
So wait a minute. How bad we flame?
They out in the first round.
Oh, okay.
Okay, out in the first round.
Sweep or no sweep?
Does it matter?
For the context of enjoyment, yes.
Well, for the enjoyment, perhaps.
Last year was so bad. Maybe it matters a little bit, but they're
matters
still
a
out.
little
in
They
the
didn't
first
get
round.
swept the year before, and it was awful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like out in the first round would be a disaster for them. Do they double down and just basically go scorched earth and say, okay, Ohtani, here's your 7. Oh, Yamamoto, here's your 350. Oh, by the way, Juan Soto, what is it going to take for you? 5? Done. Come on in. If he's genuinely open for business and they have another failure on their hands, do they just burn the sport to the ground and sign every player available?
Dave Roberts stays or goes?
He's not good.
Stays.
Chris, they're going to
Yeah, he's
fire him.
gonna
They would have
stay.
fired him a long time ago.
But at this point,
What's the difference? What, 3's worse than 2?
No, the difference would be you just spent $1.2 billion in the offseason.
Same result.
But that's the point.
But they've never ever blamed him for this.
but all bits aside, I think the noise will be louder for somebody's got to pay for that. At some point,
What
has to roll.
what if what's happening for the last 2 months continues to happen? Nobody's healthy.
Well, then the excuse
That's
is
different
built in.
circumstances.
Yeah.
Granted, they weren't exactly healthy in the last playoff run either.
Guys,
Some of their guys.
He never used their best pitcher last year in the playoffs for a game that might not come around, right? He need to save Pepio for game 4.
Lance
Lynn's throwing batting practice. They
4
never
home
take
runs.
him out of the game. If that doesn't get you, and you know why they didn't sack him for that? Because it wasn't his decision. That's why. So no matter whatever the decisions are coming this year, those 2 will not be his decisions.
Can I tell you, trying to find a reason why they would say, Soto, here's $500 million. And listen, they are able to go get a Teoscar Hernandez. They paid him $20 million, right? And they still found somebody that's an all-star, is in the outfield, is incredible, the whole thing. Like they're still very creative how they can get it. If you brought Juan Soto to your team, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying if you brought Juan Soto, I thought Shohei was such a no-brainer. Whatever financially we're spending, we're going to make it back. There's international dollars that come with it. There's the sponsorships. There's all this other stuff that come. You can only sell so many tickets at Dodger Stadium unless you're adding another 20,000 seats. You know what I mean? Like I just don't.
75,000 seat baseball stadium.
And you're
Go
playing
back to the Coliseum.
and you're playing 81 games a year.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm not saying they would not do it or entertain it, but I would be a little surprised if they were in the bidding for Juan Soto.
I agree with you. But here's the 1% chance why. They're doing stuff they've never done before.
Sure.
The
Money
thing,
isn't an issue.
The thing that makes me say I don't think they're going to do it. It would be bad for the sport, quite frankly. I think if all the good players were on 1 or 2 teams, which is almost where we are anyway. But the idea of, well, we're already this far down, we might as well continue to do it. It's what bad teams do and bad organizations do. That's not what they are. But Glasnow, hurt all the time, 5 years. Yamamoto, small, never pitched in this league, 10 years.
Here's the difference. I'll tell you the one difference with Soto making a case for him. Dude's only 25.
Yep. Look, so's Yamamoto, right? Like they've done some things that are very un-Dodger-like. They're not going to do it, but I thought it was interesting that Soto kind of kicked open the door of I don't know what the future holds.
We're not having the conversation if Soto isn't talking about Ohtani, hanging out with a couple of the Dodger players yesterday. So that's the
dude
only reason
feels like a Yankee too. It just looks right. It feels right. That's what they're going to do. And Shohei Ohtani had a very, very good idea for what to do 4 summers from right now. That's coming up next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shidano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Kids, 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best riders tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Crypto.com Arena July 19th through the 21st. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit MonsterJam.com today.
Hey, what up? It's Matt Barnes here. If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law.
For me, it's about getting the top result and the top value for your claim. Even if you didn't have insurance during the accident, Uncle Artie will still help you. I'm sure a lot of you out there got turned back from attorneys when you said, I don't have insurance. Well, guess what? Uncle Artie can still help you. It does not matter. Give us a call. You have nothing to lose. We take the case on a contingency. You don't pay up front.
Uncle Artie's not just my friend, but he's your uncle in the business. Artie Pernia is a seasoned personal injury attorney who works with you, so you receive the best possible compensation for your case. Let Uncle Artie and the Pernia Law family provide peace of mind, so you can focus on your recovery.
Trust us, trust Uncle.
When you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law, 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How often do you compare yourself to others? It's easy to envy friends' lives on social media when you only see the good parts. But comparison is the thief of joy. Online therapy helps you focus on what you want, not what others have. Because your best life is better than the idea of someone else's. Visit betterhelp.com/Carlin today to get 10% off your first month.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear?
Yes, indeed. A little after 11:15 on a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and Sliwa Show. You know what producer Jorge likes to dig up on a Tuesday? That old East LA sound. Like this song, The Penguins, Earth Angel. Singing about El Monte. Will you be mine in El Monte? Trav, you ever say that to a girl? No. I don't think Susan.
In Arcadia, kind of near El Monte.
Not that far.
Not far at all.
I love it. The 93rd All-Star Game, you'll hear it here tonight, 5 p.m. on 710 ESPN and in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app, courtesy of ESPN Radio, made possible by our friends at Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. Visit pechanga.com for more information. The All-Star Game, 5 p.m. after a combo play with Cappy this afternoon. Who you got? You got AL or NL?
I'm an NL guy.
Well,
Always
here.
have been.
Yeah, I got to go NL.
But it's not going to happen according to Trav. It's an AL type.
They don't win very often, not of late.
You know what will happen in 2 days? We'll forget the results and not have any idea who won. Remember when how many years did baseball do it to where they decided
way
to determine?
longer than you think.
Oh, remember the commercials?
Yes.
This
time it matters.
counts.
It counts. That's what it was.
This time it counts.
In my head, I'm like, so this is how you're determining a.
That was my first or second year in sports radio.
After the tie?
Yeah, after the tie.
Yeah. So this is the thing that never made any sense to me. They overreacted to a thing that nobody was mad about.
Right, nobody cared.
Nobody cared at all. The game, they ran out of pitchers in the 11th inning.
Yeah.
Game was tied, and everybody went, hey, we're canceling. And everybody went, okay. And everybody went home. There wasn't this is outrageous. You have to have a winner. And they came up with this cockamamie scheme to the team that wins the World Series gets home field advantage. That seems pretty stupid. Did somebody from
How long did that last?
I bet it lasted 15 years.
It lasted that long?
Oh, yeah. I bet it did. It lasted way longer than 10 at least. It lasted way longer.
2003, 2002?
Something like that.
One of those.
Something like that. That was the year Torrey Hunter robbed Barry Bonds.
2003 to 2016.
13 years.
So 13 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, and no one was ever like, oh, the Yankees get home field advantage. Yay! It was like, yeah, this is stupid. It doesn't matter. Nobody from the Oakland A's should decide where the World Series is going to be played.
I actually felt like it made people care less.
Maybe.
Overall.
Maybe.
Because remember, All-Star Game used to be one we always did remotes for.
Yeah. Well,
Rome, they travel.
The other thing was, and I don't know if it's like this anymore, there was access. There's no access anymore. Guys come in, they bounce.
Yeah.
They come in late, they bounce early. This was one of the things that was going around last night, which was as Alec Boehm from the Phillies is doing his thing. Basically, the entire Phillies team made the All-Star game.
Yeah.
So
they got,
Trey
7
Turner's
guys,
there,
8
Harper's
guys,
there.
like that,
they have their whole crew out there, and they're cheering him on. Shohei was there for a hot second. I think I saw Will Smith for a second. Glasnow was the only one that kind of hung out till the end. And then Shohei's interpreter, you kept seeing him pop up because he had the Teo sign. He was doing his thing. But the Dodgers bounced, and I kind of get it. Like, you're out there, you play every day for 7 months, basically.
Sure.
I finally have a couple of days, and if you're Ohtani or Freeman or one of these guys and you make the team, you don't even get those days. If I can skip the home run derby and go have a quiet dinner somewhere, I'm going to do it. They don't need to hang out and watch that stuff.
I'm only going to – I think if you're a Dodger fan, let me just paint a picture for you. Let's say, hypothetically, every Dodger player that was invited to the All-Star game was also hanging out while Teoscar Hernandez was doing his home run derby, similar to what the Phillies were doing. I think you would say, not that the world's going to end, not that the Dodgers aren't going to win a World Series because they didn't do this, but if they were all hanging out together like the Phillies and they were there the entire time and they were celebrating with their teammate, I think you would have said, well, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool that all these guys are hanging out together rooting for their guy.
You might be right. Let me just counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even notice they weren't there until I saw people chirping about it afterwards. It really never even registered to me that they weren't. Maybe if they were, it'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like, I just, when I saw the Phillies guys, you see Harper jumping up and you see all of their star guys that were supporting Boehm. Okay, it was, and it just kind of hit me with, well, they got 48 guys in the All-Star game anyway, so maybe it's just that. And Ohtani was there briefly. I know he gave him a little tip that said, hey, try to hit it more towards the gap than as opposed to trying to pull it down the line or whatever. It never really registered until people started complaining about Vladimir Guerrero is there supporting Teoscar Hernandez because they were teammates, whatever it was, 3 seasons ago. And where are the Dodgers not named Glasnow? It never even registered.
That it has to do with the team, whatever your team is modeled after your star player. The Phillies are modeled after Bryce Harper, who is a bombastic, loud, but also seems like a good teammate.
For sure.
And
has great hair.
Brings
the best.
The other guys up to his level of kind of animosity towards the other team and towards the game that you're attacking.
They follow him.
Your Dodgers are modeled after Ohtani, Mookie. Guys that are if it's after Ohtani, it's guys kind of reserved, a little quiet, kind of professional, goes in, goes out. They're not going to be mad at each other. They're just professional.
Well, what's the
It's interesting.
What's the
Good
saying
point.
on the Dodgers? The saying on the Dodgers is, "Hey, they come in, it's just business." Right? The saying on the Dodgers, we've had this conversation before. Does it matter? And in baseball, is it different than any other sports? Does it matter that a lot of these guys, it seems like Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, everyone's kind of on their own little agenda, which is fine. They're talented. Everybody, they're delivering. But does it matter that the Dodgers seem like they're just a lot of individuals? It's all business. And then when the game ends, they go about their way. Does it matter in baseball? And is that the only reason why it's coming up, like you said, in some of the circles that you saw on social?
Well, it's hard to make a case that it doesn't matter because the way that they're doing it. And look, nobody's saying they don't have enough good players. Nobody's saying that they don't have enough talent. It's what do we talk about every October 10th when they get knocked out? What the hell?
Yeah,
Why
what
are
happened?
what happened? And it's not, hey, we need better players. That's
No.
never the question. It's why did the players perform poorly? Why did our guys that allowed a team to win 105 games, 106 games, why all of a sudden did they get beat with a team 3 in a row that won 84? What the hell just happened here? Maybe it's something like that. The Phillies are together. They didn't win the World Series either, right? The team with the best players, I think oftentimes we kind of reverse engineer this stuff and say, oh, it's this. It's the players that matter if they have the best players. If it's not the team with the best players, oh, it's the team with the best chemistry. I don't know. Who knows why anybody gets hot? Who knows why anybody goes into a slump?
Yeah,
Who
we
knows
don't
why
know.
anybody? If anybody knew the answer to this, nobody would be slumping at the end of the year. Nobody would be slumping ever at any time. I don't know, but Emily's theory, I think, is the best one, that you're modeled after your best guy, that your team takes on the personality of your best guy. Bryce Harper's their best guy. He's, for lack of a better phrase, super hardcore, right? Like that's just who he is.
Aaron Judge has a different personality.
Very buttoned up.
But they do follow kind of his...
He's a great example.
Mm-hmm.
He's very professional. Doesn't say... He's in the mold of Derek Jeter, right? And don't say anything to get people super fired up, kind of right down the middle of the fairway. The Dodgers' best player is Shohei, but he just got there. This didn't follow Shohei.
I'm with you on that.
Kershaw? See, I mean, he's been their best guy for the longest period of time.
Unless it's the playoffs.
No, I'm talking. You're right, but I'm saying that kind of sets the tone for who they are.
Can I tell you who I think
it Dave?
is? I was going to
Oh,
just
not
say...
nice guy
No,
Dave.
I was just going to say, I don't know if it's a player more than it is a manager for the Dodgers. It feels
Kick
like...
it upstairs. Is it Friedman? Is his whole thing that this is a math problem to be solved and take emotions
Dave Roberts
out of it?
Kind of the vibe? Isn't Dave Roberts the vibe of... He's actually in there every single
And
day.
he's a
He's
nice
traveling
guy.
with them, and
That is just
but
kind
that's
of
okay. It's okay to be a. I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is more.
The vibe is a good word.
Do you have a player that? I'm not saying that Mookie doesn't demand the attention of the room, but he also has to want to be that player. See what I'm saying?
Mookie does not have the same personality as Bryce Harper.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have the same personality as Manny Machado or Fernando Tatis or any of
Nor
those
maybe
guys.
doesn't have the interest of being
Yeah.
the person that I'm just going to lead by example.
But
A lot
here,
of players
okay,
are like that as well.
But the year and I get it that there are extenuating circumstances. The year that they did win it, their two best guys were Mookie and Corey Seager, and those guys are not demonstrative, and they won.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all the way at the top. I think it's Friedman, who's super smart, very analytical, kind of dispassionate about the whole thing. He just really matter of fact. Dave's the one that brings a little bit of flavor to it just because he does have personality. Friedman's really straight.
What's Dave's flavor?
Congeniality.
Just being nice, just
No,
being,
not just being nice,
Connects
but
with all them.
gets
can
along.
Talk to all.
Gets along. That he's in charge to as far as the vibe, to use Slee's word goes. I don't know if he's in charge in the sense that we're going to pitch this guy in this inning and this guy hits
but
there.
you could still be in charge of
the vibe.
It's a coach.
Yeah.
Right? That's literally the definition. You could have a coach that has the vibe, and then Pat Riley is still the president. You know what I mean? Like that.
And he sets the vibe.
He sets the tone that kind of trickles down.
A little sabor.
See.
By the way,
it just doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, he feels like he's just not positive nor negative. It's just not flatlining for a bad reason, but just flatline. Like, I don't know.
He's not emotional for sure. He is pretty steady, but they've tried the guy that was up and down. Those guys, when it doesn't work, you can't be emotional in baseball. You got to keep it right in the middle. And when you keep it in the middle, it's like, dude, where's your heartbeat? Why don't you get mad? Why don't you get excited?
Yeah.
Win. Find a way to get guys healthy and go win
It's
some
also
games.
very LA. It's a very
It
LA
is.
thing versus a Philly thing. LA is very much, again, you get currency and not caring about stuff.
You know what I'm going to do, Slee? I'm going to go look at my prize picks in a second because Factor Cap is coming up. It's Travis Slee, 710 ESPN. See if I can get a little prize picks action on the All-Star game, Slee, because here's what prize picks is. More or less. You look at the stat projections on the players that you want to pick, whether it's Major League Baseball, the WNBA. We're getting close to the NFL season is around the corner. The NBA season, there's always something for you at prize picks. You pick between 2 and 6 players. You decide, I want more or I want less, and you can turn $10 into $1,000, Slee, but you got to use that promo code 710.
All right, Trav and I are playing every single night. We're playing prize picks. Here's what you could play for tonight's game. All-Star game, Shohei Ohtani. More or less than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So you could play Shohei. You could play Marcus. Actually, you could play Jurickson Profar if you want to take another player in the NL. More or less is the only thing that you have to worry about. You could be playing WNBA games. Like Chris was mentioning a little bit earlier, how about when college football starts? How about when hockey starts? How about when the NBA starts? WNBA going on right now, too. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use that code 710 for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code 710 on Prize Picks. Get that deposit match of up to $100. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
See, Heat and Plumbing Company is SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews and happy customers. Right now, get an $88 drain cleaning, and they'll add in a free plumbing camera inspection. So, if you're sick of dealing with a slow drain, call 833-3NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN and say goodbye to your AC heating and plumbing problems.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. At Cardin Alleyway Hyundai, the sizzling summer sales event is on now. Lease a new 2024 Hyundai Elantra SCL for only $249 a month plus tax for 36 months on approved credit. Plus get peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and the Hyundai Assurance Program. Cardin Alleyway Hyundai just off the 91 freeway in the Corona Auto Center or CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com. Lease for $249 plus tax. License and fee to well-qualified buyers. 36-month lease. 10K miles per year. $34.99 due at signing. Not all buyers will qualify. Down payment may be required. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 07/31/2024.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. Let's talk about trust and respect. Respect is a word that follows Jacob Emrani everywhere he goes. Over 27 years, Jacob has built a legacy of trust and respect. The insurance companies and attorneys respect your case when they see Jacob's name on it. After an accident, you can trust Jacob. Your case will get the respect it deserves. So call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB, or go to calljacob.com. That's calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
It is Travis and Sliwa. We're here each weekday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and it's time for Factor Cap.
That's cap.
That's so cap, Dad.
Everything I've said is a cap, but I'm going to go back.
First of all, it's not a cap.
It is a cap.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Hi, guys.
Aloha. Hi, Em.
Aloha.
Aloha. So 20 years ago today, Martha Stewart was sentenced, and so she had to serve her 5 months of prison time for lying to federal investigators. So, pre that, Martha Stewart was like basically like the barefoot Contessa, or like just a person who is known for making their home a desirable place that you put on the Food Network, things like that. Afterwards, she's a public figure because of she's gone hard. She's done
broke
her time.
bad.
Yeah, she broke bad, and now she's doing commercials with Snoop Dogg for Bic lighters, which is great. So Martha Stewart is more famous now than before she was arrested. Travis Fettercap.
Fact. I like you said, her brand pre-arrest was for really rich white ladies. That's
Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard.
Right. That's who she spoke to. Were people that lived in the Hamptons, Martha's Vineyard, that had more money than they knew what to do with, that wanted to spend a week building a centerpiece for Thanksgiving. That was her brand. Now her brand is she's a famous person. She hangs out with Snoop. She's on roasts. She's everywhere. So absolutely fact.
Chris?
I think Martha Stewart, how has anybody ever taken being in jail, even though white collar, and turned it into even more celebrity? Right?
She certainly did. I'm trying to think if there were others.
Here's the difference with her is she at the time was in her 60s.
Right.
I was like, Tiger?
A white woman.
But did he go to jail? He was just arrested?
Yeah,
he got
was just
arrested,
but never in jail.
He never did a
But
bid.
the thing is though, I wasn't following golf at all, and I knew he got arrested.
Well, there you go. And she turned, because all of her cookware and stuff came out after.
Yeah.
That was all after.
She was like a crafty homemaking lady.
She was in Martha Stewart, she had magazines.
But it
and
spoke
stuff,
to a very thin slice of people.
Now everybody knows who Martha Stewart is. They sell her stuff at Walmart. So
she's got a Doritos commercial with
Snoop. And her and Snoop hanging out. I mean, come on, Slee.
Skechers and everything.
Yeah, Skechers too.
It's fact. No question about it. No question about it. If I knew that, hey, if I could just lie to federal authorities, get the slammer for a little bit, and
is
come
that what
out.
they got her on? I thought it was insider trading.
I thought it was insider something.
It was. Martha Stewart was sentenced to 5 months in prison plus 5 months in home confinement for lying to federal investigators.
Okay.
Probably in regards to
I think
insider trading.
Exactly.
So she had time to design all these cookwares after.
How to decorate your Attica cell.
She was doing push-ups and pull-ups all day. And
she comes out like De Niro in Cape Fear.
Yeah, no, in my world, we call her Martha S. Stewart. You always add the E in front of the S Stewart. So, yeah, I knew about Martha Stewart because of that. The headlines of, she's in jail. And then when I saw the type of jail she was in, I was like, that's not jail.
And she got street cred for not squealing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not switching. All right, so Rory McIlroy was telling a story about how after he had, what tournament was it for?
Blew
again?
the U.S. Open.
Blew the U.S. Open. And he just decided the next day after that to delete his number, or change his number. And athletes do that all the time. They change their numbers because if something happens, or they just don't want people to have their number all the time. But he missed a text from Tiger. Tiger had giving him encouragement, keep your head up kind of thing, to Rory. And Rory didn't know about it until he went for the Open, right?
Yep, that's this weekend.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I got all the vocabulary.
You nailed it, 100%. Good job. Keep it up.
There would be, an event or something that's so monumental to you that would make you change your number. Again, you're so embarrassed, you don't want anyone reaching out to you. There's something that would be so monumental that you would change your phone number so people couldn't reach you. Chris, Fettercap.
Yes, because I've done it. So I did it because a relationship thing. That's the only time
a
I've
monumental
done it.
reason.
Yeah, and it was honestly, looking back, it was the smartest thing at the time. It wasn't great because so many people had my old number. So I've only really had 2 numbers. No, maybe 3. I had one in high school, that thing. Then I had one for business that I had for years, and then that one went away to this number. So
why not just block that person?
Back then, it wasn't really that wet yet. I think blocking was out there, but it sounded, if I remember correctly, it was something you had to call Verizon. I was with Verizon at the time. You had to call Verizon and have them set it up. It wasn't as simple as the iPhone block.
Cap, I don't think I would. Whatever it is. All right, maybe in the first week it's too much. A lot of people reach out on this. 2 weeks later, couple months later, whatever it is, I think it's going to fade away. So I don't think I would change my number. I think what's more probably more likely is if something, whatever it is, probably get on social less, maybe paying less attention, because that's where I think people are connecting to you more. The cell phone is such a personal thing. Only a few people. If somebody is on your phone that you don't want to have on your phone, the chances of them reaching out to you, I think it's going to be more personal. So I don't think I'd get rid of my number.
People get doxxed all their time. Like they have their number being put out there, and then people just text them. If something happens, I don't know, Trav.
I think I tend to land more with Al on this. I don't, and mostly for the reason that Chris, I've had 2 cell phone numbers in my life. I had one, the first one I ever got a million years ago, that was an 818 number that I had, and then I got the one that I had now. I've had it for 20 plus years. Like it's my entire connection to the world. I would delete the socials, right? I would just say, and that's the move, right? That when you get arrested or something like that, you immediately delete your socials so people can't get to you. But I'm leaving
Unless
my
you're
phone
Martha
number
Stewart.
the same. Unless you're Martha Stewart, yeah.
No, I've never changed my number. Just like Travis's situation, I've had my old cell phone number was a 606 number. Then I somehow had to change companies, and I've had mine since I was in college, I think, or
forever.
Like senior in high school.
You almost considered changing it that one time. Remember
yeah.
When we had to escort you back and forth. I mean,
secret location.
Or if you need a smog check,
yeah,
it's the same number from high school.
All right, so it is Will Ferrell's birthday. He's turning 57 today, so happy birthday, Will. Go LAFC. But there's a ton of iconic roles that he has played, but I'm going to play a piece of sound from one, and I'll ask him their side.
Who the heck are you?
What are you talking about? I'm Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
Why, of course I am.
Well, if you're Santa, what song did I sing for you on your birthday this year?
Happy birthday, of course.
All right, so this is Will Ferrell from Elf. So my statement is, he is most widely known. Like, the most common thing people would know about him is him being Buddy the Elf. Alf after Cap.
I'll go Cap on this. I know that's a kind of a wider shot, so I do understand, because that's more of, you're attracting more kids and everything else, but I feel like, look, Step Brothers, Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Old School. He's in so many classic movies. I don't think of that movie first. So I'm just putting it in my shoes, my position. I say Cap. I don't think that's what he's known for.
Trev?
Cap for me too, because the first thing I think of when I think of Will Ferrell is Anchorman.
Yeah.
But Buddy the Elf is really, really close, but he's Ron Burgundy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he shows up and
He
roasts
showed up to the roast
exactly as Ron Burgundy.
He wasn't
had
very good at it, but it was
Sports Center
fun.
commercials
Right.
as Ron Burgundy. It's
Doing
for
Peyton
me. It's
Manning interviews
yeah,
during
yeah.
Sports
He's
Center set.
Ron Burgundy to me.
I think our children's children will watch Elf.
Oh, it's
I
a
don't know if
classic.
they're going to watch Anchorman.
You're right about
So
that.
I think like 50 years from now, I think is most widely known.
It's a
because
fair argument.
The Christmas stories stay in canon.
Did you guys read that thing that he was talking about the other day, Farrell, about how James Caan was like just done with him? That when they were shooting the movie, Caan was like, seriously, you have to dial it back. You cannot, this is not funny. This movie's going to be a disaster that you're doing what you're doing. You
But
need
he was
to
messing
chill.
with him.
He does seem like an
being tongue-in-cheek.
irritating guy to be around constantly.
And then when
Like,
the
if he's
mo-
always
'Cause
in
he doesn't
character.
turn it off.
So
Yeah.
he just kept needling him. And then when the movie came out, Caan reached out to him and said, I was wrong. You were right. That's brilliant. That movie's going to be around forever. That was an incredible performance.
Chris, what do you think?
I would agree with Ron Burgundy. Or for me personally, now this is me, Old School would be second.
Yeah.
Sure.
For me. But I think the point about kids and Buddy the Elf, but I haven't watched Buddy the Elf in like 10 years. But that's me. I don't have children. Thank God.
Yeah. But, you know, we still watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Frosty, the
60
Grinch.
years later,
The animated one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still watch that. And so I think long term.
I don't think I value. Am I underestimating how popular that movie was?
Elf?
Elf?
Yes.
Oh, that was
incredibly
big.
popular.
It's huge.
I use those drops still in the holidays and promos where you can Santa. No.
It's definitely like 3-4 most popular
Oh, yeah.
Christmas movie of all time. And everyone watches Christmas movies every year.
Well, the best Christmas movie ever was Gremlins, but that's
Well, I mean, after Die Hard.
Yeah,
There's
of
a
course,
very
Die Hard.
dark
Die Hard.
part of
Legs.
Gremlins. When her dad is stuck in the chimney and that's where they find him dead. Like, that's how the whole movie starts.
listen.
What?
It's just the Gremlins is a great holiday movie.
Not that part.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I'm not passionate enough to get in this argument, but I would say, because it's the same argument for Gremlins. Gremlins takes place at Christmas.
Okay,
so
when was Gremlins released? What year? What date?
I don't know.
So that's the real issue.
We'd have to look it up. But for that, yes, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Okay? Because it was...
Gremlins was released on June 8th, 1984, not a Christmas movie.
It's unanimous in this.
No, it's not.
But Home Alone is
No,
Home
it's
Alone
not.
a Christmas movie?
Yes.
But when was that released?
It was definitely released at Christmas time.
Isn't it Christmas? Okay, wait. We've had a chance over the last 24 hours to make the argument.
No.
Home Alone was released November 16th,
Home
1990.
Alone's about Christmas. About
Exactly.
spending the holiday by yourself.
And Christmas
about
is
being
a
away from family.
Plot.
But Gremlins is about a Christmas gift.
If there
that
was
turns
ever
into
a
whole
time,
thing.
if there was ever a time, I just wanted you to lie. This is one time.
I
Poor
got
Phoebe Cates.
one more for you guys that I think you guys might like. So over the weekend, Philadelphia experienced a blizzard because they were having inclement
July.
weather in July.
Yeah, sure.
That hail turned into snow. So there's that. And then also, last night there was a tornado spotted near O'Hare Airport in Chicago. Not a very common place for tornadoes to happen. But and the movie Twisters, maybe this is viral marketing for Twisters, comes out this weekend. So you would rather deal with a twister than a blizzard. And I'm talking only about the snow falling from the sky, not a Dairy Queen delicacy.
I thought she was about to say something else.
Oh, the Oreo, the Snicker one.
Going back to our original topic.
What do you think?
A blizzard or a tornado?
So you would rather deal with a twister? Twister is fact, blizzard is cap.
Blizzard. I'll go with the blizzard. I'll go cap. I think I'd rather deal with a blizzard.
All right, Trev?
Cap for me, too. I've never experienced a blizzard, thankfully, but when I was playing baseball one summer in Kansas, we're in the middle of this field, and all of a sudden this siren goes off, and I've never heard anything so loud in my life. Everybody that's at the game just goes scattering. They're getting out of it, and I'm looking around like, what is that? They're like, that's the tornado siren. We're leaving now. And just the look on there, and there was no tornado, thankfully, but I saw the look on everybody's faces, and I'm not messing with tornadoes.
Yeah, you don't want that. I'd go
Chris, what do you
blizzard.
think?
I'd go blizzard. Although we got to stay warm. We need body heat.
So the thing is, too, blizzards
Like a
last a lot
tauntaun.
longer. Blizzards last a lot longer. Twisters tend to be quick. And also, sometimes a watch isn't turned into a warning. It could be that it doesn't even affect you at all. Blizzard, you're 100% getting affected by
No
it.
tornadoes.
Al, what do you think?
Yeah, I go cap too. I feel like a tornado, everything in its path, gone.
Yes.
Blizzard sounds miserable for a couple of days, or I don't know how long the blizzard. I'm going to take my chances. I'm going blizzard.
That's it. That's Hunter Cap.
Do you get blizzards in Virginia?
Yes, I had experienced blizzards both in Virginia and in Connecticut when I lived there.
Are they awful?
Miserable?
It's depends on if you have proper heat, but also a lot of times you'll lose power, and then you don't have heat, and then and it lasts a long time, and your car takes have tons of snow. I don't know.
Beer
I've
stays
experienced both. Twisters are more scary.
It might freeze, though. That's the problem. By the way, coming up in the next segment, I might follow Slee to the dark side.
Oh, also.
Oh. I can't wait to hear
Someone
what that's
else
about.
weighed in on who is more famous after jail, Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Johnny Cash committed actual real crimes.
Well, he still went to jail.
He killed somebody.
But he was more famous post.
In Reno, just to watch him die. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN.
All right, we've been having Pizza come in every Thursday. They've been hooking us up. Introducing Pizza Hut's new tavern-style pizza, an upgrade to our classic crispy, thin crust, kind of 16 squares and loaded with bold, flavorful toppings. This is one of the things that we had the opportunity to have come into the studio. So they got a couple different recipes, 4 total. Ultimate with pepperoni, Italian sausage, spicy chicken sausage, the pesto margarita was actually really, really good, and the double pepperoni. Go bolder with incredible new tavern recipes. Right now, get a medium one-topping tavern-style pizza starting at just $12. Order now on the Pizza Hut app or go to pizzahut.com.
You never have to.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
Your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. Enjoy Pechanga's world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf, and of course, 24/7 gaming excitement. Head to Pechanga Resort Casino, just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations or more information.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Smokey and the Miracles, 8 minutes in front of noon on a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and Sliwa Show. I'm going to shop around tomorrow. I won't be in the office. Sort of the day off before the day off, where you get ready for travel.
Got to prep.
But I've been waiting to get a new phone. So I'm on that T-Mobile thing where every 2 years you get the new phone. It's the money doesn't change because it's just you're paying a lease every month. Although I haven't paid a lease in like 3 years. So I think I've had this phone, which is a 12 Max iPhone, for like 5 years, 4 years, something like that.
Where are you going with this?
So tomorrow I will go to T-Mobile.
Okay.
And I am considering.
Okay.
Interesting. Because here's why I want to get a new phone. Because I'm going to take a lot of photos at Pebble Beach over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the latest technology. And a special somebody now in my life, she has Green Bubble.
Her and I have already talked about this plenty of times, by the way.
And the photos are better than the iPhone.
Yeah, the photos aren't close. Yeah.
So when I really think about my life, now spending a lot of my life around somebody with a Green Bubble, and I see it doesn't seem to impact their life that much. Now, it would create a problem for the Apple Watch and my AirPods, right?
AirPods, no. I don't know Apple Watch because I haven't been using mine. But AirPods, no. No problem at all.
I'm thinking about it.
Can I offer a counterpoint?
Can I, before you make your counterpoint here, it is makes things a little tougher. It makes things a little tougher. The connection with all the other phones just makes things a little bit tougher. If you don't care about that, or you can just slowly work your way into it.
WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, I guess, is not.
WhatsApp.
But that's where.
Then you got to get everybody signed up for WhatsApp.
That's what I mean by just there's extra
Complicated.
steps.
Hey, why don't you put up a poll?
The actual phone, like she's talking about the photos and stuff like that. I think I figured over time, the photos are not that important to me. I'm not taking a ton of photos, so it won't have the biggest impact.
So I'm just, for a photo quality, I'm thinking about it. But so I fought off iPhone as long as I could. I stayed with BlackBerry up until one day I had a flight. And this was like the third time in 3 months my BlackBerry had died. I stopped by Verizon on the way to LAX. And I'm like, I need a new BlackBerry. And they're like, we can't. It used to be you could just show up. They'd give you a BlackBerry. I think it cost some amount of money. It was like $100 or whatever. And they said, we don't have them on stock. You have to order them. And I said, I'm flying. And they said, we have iPhones. And I said, fine. And I remember sitting in the airport at LAX waiting for my flight and being able to switch everything over because it was so easy at the time.
Super easy.
iTunes Store on my PC.
Turn it on.
Right. And I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And I think that was 2012, I want to say. So been iPhone since then. I'm thinking about it, just thinking about it.
Put up a poll. Should Chris go to the dark side?
Well, you don't have a lot of time to think about it.
Well, I got
It'll
24
help
hours.
with the most hated case.
Well, here's my case. Here's my case against Chris.
Yes.
I'm assuming this is true because this is true of everybody. The vast majority of people you communicate with are on an iPhone. Yes.
So I would say. Yeah. I would say if you count Slee, which we don't communicate a ton, but I would say 4 people I communicate with regularly.
Out of hundreds of people.
Math.
Yeah.
94%.
That's way too low.
That might be too low.
That's way too low. The pictures that you're taking with your Google camera might be, if you're a professional photographer, maybe of higher quality if you really know what you're looking for difference-wise.
Can help you with the settings.
If you send your Pixel picture to an iPhone user, which almost everybody in your phone is, picture comes out all whack.
Yeah, it does.
It looks totally screwed up. So unless you're just sending those pictures to the one person,
which is why you should also get
the pictures come out, they're blurry, they're weird, oddly shaped.
Yeah, but you just
it doesn't work.
You DM them on Instagram.
Then knock yourself out. But if you're just texting them back and forth,
you print them out at Kinko's.
5 cents a copy.
You turn them into Christmas cards and you send them out.
So you're saying get the iPhone 15 Max tomorrow?
The camera on that iPhone, the new one, is fantastic.
15. Is there a 16 coming soon?
I'm sure there is.
Because I'm going to be really annoyed when I buy the 15 Max and then
right when you pay, they're going to say, "Oh, you know what? Here's the 16."
When I was buying my iPhones, I was prepared to buy like, "Hey, can I get something like a used vehicle? I want like 3 years old. How many miles does it have on it? You know what? Don't even clean the camera roll from the last person. I'll just take that as well."
Yeah, I don't do it. Don't do it.
First off, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a phone. People make such a big deal about it. It's not that big of a deal.
It is to the people that get the green ball.
Although what happened? Wait a minute. What happens to like my Apple Music library?
There's no Apple Music there.
Yeah, I don't
know. Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
that's rough.
It's not a big deal unless you're the person that just ruined the entire group text.
Google
with your
Play
green
doesn't
bubble.
sound as great as Apple Music. Do I have to get like Pandora on there?
Oh, let's get Emily's opinion on this. What about those music platforms on the Pixel?
YouTube.
Just don't get it. Just don't get
Stick
it.
to iPhone.
Just stick to the iPhone. Chat with your lady friend over a green bubble, and it's gonna be fine.
I think that's good
or
advice.
Or use Instagram to chat with your lady friend. Either way.
Also good advice.
Or WhatsApp.
No, because then you got to ask everybody
also,
to sign up for
looks
WhatsApp.
Gross too. I hate the UI on WhatsApp too. It looks gross.
What's UI mean?
User interface.
Oh,
okay.
It's just it's not my favorite.
So gross.
Yeah. And it just gets.
But nothing bothers you. So you're the
well,
one. But here's the thing:
those things can't bother.
They bother a lot of people. Nothing bothers you. Everything bothers her. So
I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care. We're trying to thread the needle somehow, some way.
I think you're gonna.
I need a new Apple Watch too. So I got a lot of work to do at T-Mobile tomorrow.
Is she pushing?
No.
To get.
No, not at all.
Prime Day. You can get a lot of these on Prime.
Yeah, but then at T-Mobile, they just build it into the monthly bill.
Well, watch.
Yeah, but they'll just
Yeah.
they'll build in the monthly bill like that. Tell me what
I want the Better Call Saul phone where he just keeps breaking them after every one.
Funny, I was on the
Every time.
T-Mobile website and I realized I don't even have a login. Like I haven't looked at my plan or my bill in years. I remember like logging in every month and paying the bill. I haven't done that in 10 years.
It's all automatic. They want everybody on automatic. Yeah, sure, we got it, guys. You got to throw your credit card in here.
That's the whole point.
Of course.
And it has to be just like, especially like a cell phone bill could be a little pricey, but it's those other things.
But you got to have a cell phone.
You
so
have
you don't
to.
have a choice.
But it's the gym membership.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the auto renewal on a streaming service.
Netflix,
It's
that.
$9.99, $12.99. That you never, like when you're going through your statement, it doesn't jump off the page at you like, hey, what's that $6? Where's that going?
No,
you just
I'm
kind of
looking at
fly right
all
past
the
it.
$60 or the $40.
I think I'm going to stay with the Apple. Silly.
Stay. It's okay. Listen, it gets a little complicated in this world. I'm not going to lie.
Here's what I don't
It's a
like
little
about the new phone, because you feel like, oh, yeah, I get this deal where no money, blah, blah. Then they're like, well, you need a new case. And well, that case ain't going to work. And then, we got to put the screen on.
And
we got to put the screen on.
Let me see your phone real quick.
I already know where you're going.
The warranty
charger? Yeah.
So it's all USB-C now, right?
Yeah, you need the new chargers.
But your laptop's probably already USB-C. Almost everything's getting changed to USB-C.
Yeah.
Now, so.
For now.
Yeah.
Until the next thing, then they USB D, E, F, Q. It's
Oh, no,
coming.
she's already told me I can't use her chargers for my charger. That's
kind of cool.
There's an embargo.
It's the only cool thing, I think, right now.
What's that?
Just my
wireless charger.
My laptop. Go straight to this, too.
But the
You can
AirPods,
also
the new
wireless charge
the new AirPods are USB-C too.
Everything is.
And our Avner Gat. Hello. The chargers he gave us, the bricks, they have USB-C right there. It's going to be sad. So now that the iPhone the iPhone / AirPods charger is
You're
gone.
getting an iPhone. You're getting an iPhone. Shohei wants baseball in the Olympics. That's all I need to hear. That's next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN.
And Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens have walked the red carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that, too.
Let's do that. It's coming up next.
Now is a great Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shinato and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
How'd they look, Em? How did Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn walk the red carpet? Did they look like the glamour couple that I envision?
I did send you guys a tweet, so check that out. Again, it was sent to someone with a green bubble, so it doesn't pop up immediately.
By the way, just a heads up, I have the green bubble.
Yeah, but
So you know.
it's Paul Skeens is wearing an all-white suit, and Livy Dunn looks fantastic in kind of like
They look
a
great.
tan, beige-ish, sparkly halter dress. They look fantastic.
Can I ask a question?
Can't tell if Skeens is parking cars or...
He looks like Mr. Rourke from the
he looks
Fantasy
great.
Island.
He looks great.
He looks like Ricardo
He
Montalban.
looks like he's walking around saying, "Can I get you another glass of
Welcome
champagne?"
to Fantasy Island. He looks like Mr. Rourke. It's
yeah,
pretty
it's
great.
interesting.
I don't know what that is.
It's an old TV show. Don't worry about it. Is Paul Skeens good looking?
Yes.
He is. Because she is.
No, Paul Skeens
good
is
looking
quite
because
good-looking.
of his like actual looks, or is it
Yes,
more just his
actual
demeanor?
looks.
And
It's
yeah.
Paul Skeens is a good-looking young man.
Reminds me of Parker for some reason. Maybe the mustache.
She's got.
Yeah, no, I see a little bit
Right?
of that. Yeah.
He's got 6-7 inches on her in this picture, and she's wearing, those have to be 4-5 inch heels.
Well, she is a gymnast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's itty bitty, and he's the Incredible Hulk. And even with her wearing those heels, yeah, that looks like two very famous people walking down the red carpet. I like it. Welcome to
Good
Fantasy Island. Look up Mr. Rourke, Emily. That's who you're looking for. Oh, look who's here.
Oh, there he is.
Look who's here.
Co-MVP of the softball game.
Shortstop extraordinaire.
That's
Cal
smooth.
Ripken Jr.,
Smooth.
Alex Rodriguez,
Little bit of
Derek
everything.
Jeter lookalike.
High draft pick for a reason.
Yeah, number 1 draft pick, Mario
I
Ruiz.
appreciate you always drafting me, Slee. I
Mario.
appreciate it's a pleasure to play for Team Slee.
It's not even a question. When we're doing the draft, I'm like, I don't think they know how good
You've
and
taken
how
him
smooth Mario
near the
is.
top both years.
I think all. Oh yeah, that's right. I only had 2 years, but yes, Mario and I played together.
What's up, Mario?
I went into like that softball game with 3 things on my mind. Don't get hurt, of course. Don't get hurt.
Always
I got,
number one.
That's
I
on
got
my list.
Banged up in that first game. That first
Well,
game last year.
You slid, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I slipped and tore up my
Yeah,
knee, and I still
yeah.
got the
Okay,
scars
wait,
to
which
show
one?
it. I still got the
Because he
scars.
said you slid. You said you slipped.
Did you?
Which one was it?
I slipped.
Okay.
Slipped.
How
Yeah.
about that? He ended up on the ground.
Yeah. Second thing is me and George, we had beef going into that
Oh,
game
for
because he stole the MVP from me last year just by hitting that walk-off home run at the very,
My
very
man.
end. So we already had beef already with our team, right?
Yep.
Matter of fact, we had more beef.
We had
'cause
more beef before the game
Beto
started.
was
Yeah.
trying to steal shortstop from
Yeah.
me, and I wasn't having that.
Yeah,
so
that wasn't happening.
in the
That wasn't
dugout,
happening.
it was chaos.
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
dugout.
chaos in the beginning until we finally quieted everything down before we got out
How
there.
did, as manager, did you have to step in and make an executive decision?
He did, and he was calm too. He handled it just
What'd you say?
right.
This is the first time hearing of this. How'd you handle it?
Well, first, Beto, I said, Beto, you're going to be center. And Beto's like, nah, I'm going to be shortstop.
No, it was a lot more than that. He blew
this
up.
Is, no,
He
this is
blew
before
up.
this is before the dugout.
Oh, okay.
So he had said this before. He's like, no, I'm going to be shortstop. I'm like, no, Mario, shortstop. So I was like, all right, here's how I'll handle it. I'm going to ask Mario. If Mario was going to say, hey, I don't care, I'm good, I don't have to be shortstop, I'll go play center, it was basically going to come down to what Mario wanted. Mario's going
this
to
is
have.
my favorite event of the year, so I'm playing shortstop. I look forward to this game.
And Mario's going to have seniority on that front. Okay?
Sure.
Mario's
Well, he's held it down for a few years.
And he's also been here for 20 years. Okay, so guy's been here. Okay, so I was like, all right, I'm going to ask Mario, what does he want to do? So right when I saw Mario, I'm like, Mario, you want to play shortstop? Beto wants to play shortstop. And instantly, Mario gave you the look like,
oh, hell no.
I'm shortstop for this squad. I'm like, all right, that kind of already answers the question right there.
You don't look. Alex Rodriguez moved, not Derek Jeter. Right? He's
exactly.
the Derek Jeter of your team.
And Beto's like, well, I was the number 1 pick. Beto's also saying
Alex
that.
Rodriguez was the MVP and he moved.
That's a great comparison. Me and Derek Jeter.
Yeah, there
one of
you
the
go.
same.
Hey.
One of the same.
By the way, was the pick right at shortstop? The guy picks everything.
Oh yeah, no, it was. You made the
and
right
Beto
call.
killed it too.
You
So
made
then
the
the
right
third
call.
thing that I went into that softball game with was I told a bunch of listeners at the Northgate watch party, the one that you were at, Travis,
Yeah.
for the Copa America watch parties. I said, hey, you know what? They were talking about the softball game and stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm going to hit a home run on the first pitch. And the first at bat, it didn't happen on the first pitch, but it did.
You got
lead
it
off the
done.
game.
That's
Yeah.
close enough.
It was my first at bat, so
Awesome.
I was cool with that. Yeah.
All right, so you got tell us a little bit what's
Some
what's
new
going on here,
threads.
man.
Some new threads for LAFC. Not only is the team good on the pitch, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, but we also gotta look good out on the street as well. You know what I mean? So this looks like a streetwear piece right here. You know, this is the third kit for LAFC for 2024. And this got kind of like a retro feel.
I was going
to
to say, it feels, as somebody who's not super familiar,
Yeah.
that feels retro, just by the design, by almost the texture of it, looking at it from a distance. And I like that it says Los Angeles, too. Like
I love that.
The spelled out Los Angeles, not just in LA or an LAFC, a Los Angeles. I
Because
like that.
Angelinos are proud, right?
Sure,
and when
sure.
they see a cool jersey, a fly shirt or whatever, and they're like, oh, it says Los Angeles across the front. They're like, where'd you get that? Like this jersey right here, I think will turn heads.
Yeah.
If you wear it out in the street, downtown, wherever you go over the weekend,
And it's got
this
the
will turn
iconic
heads.
LAFC logo right there, that patch right there. Okay,
Yeah.
I got a question. You guys, and this is a genuine question, and this isn't because Mario's in here rocking LAFC. On 4th of July, was it on actual 4th of July? It was LAFC
the Rose Bowl?
Galaxy at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, the one that
Okay.
we won, the
Okay.
third straight win against Galaxy. Yeah,
Okay,
that
so,
one. Okay,
so
yeah.
here's what I was talking. I was talking to Michelle about. I'm like, are there's still a lot of Galaxy fans? Like, I don't see.
There are.
Okay, but I'm being genuine about this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I never see people rocking Galaxy
You don't
jerseys.
see the gear. You don't see the gear out and about, but when they play each other, you feel like it's 50-50 a lot of
Okay.
the times, except for at BMO. At BMO Stadium, it's mostly LAFC, but the Rose Bowl, there was a lot of Galaxy fans, a lot. And, of course, in Carson, where they're from, they have a lot of fans out there, too, as well. Orange County. When we went to the Northgate watch parties again, shout out to Northgate. I'm dropping Northgate.
No, it's okay.
Already a couple times.
Mario, it was the highlight of my year so far. It was. I don't know if I've ever had more fun.
That was fun.
I had no expectations going in. I wanted to come and hang out with you guys, right? I just wanted to come and see my friends.
Right.
And I'm like,
And then
this
he
is
ignored
awesome.
all his friends because how great it was.
Well, they're everywhere you turn
I
around.
know.
There's Savita. I've done it 100 times. I don't need to do it again. I had an unbelievable time at that
Trav
market.
was breaking his neck like, whoa.
Yes.
Tacos, birria, tortas. Oh, my goodness.
Everything you could think of.
Yeah, so when I was hosting that party, I just wanted to get the pulse of the crowd. So I said, where are my LAFC fans at? Where are my Galaxy fans at? And we were in Orange County. I knew that. I said, we're in Orange County. But it was like 50-50 out there. So that's the sign of a real good rivalry, right? Whenever you have good fan bases on both sides. You know what I mean?
But what's so tough to do is LAFC is behind the 8 ball when it comes to, look, that franchise has been around for
20
X
years.
amount of years before LAFC starts.
Yeah.
And in this small window, you build a real, genuine fan base. And I think, listen, maybe I'm being a little dramatic on this. The gear, how many times you see, I don't feel like sports entities and brands, there aren't too many of them that look at the gear as, hey, this is a critical piece, the color scheme.
Yeah, that helps.
The look, the feel. You got to win. I know you got to win.
Yeah.
But if you can hit both of those, I feel like you're standing out from
It
the rest of the
definitely does
crowd.
help. You're right.
LAFC's got all their gear looks
And
good.
it can't feel like you just showed up. And I don't know exactly how they did it, but they did it with an incredible plan that from the moment it showed up, it felt like it'd been here forever.
belonged.
It's like, oh, yeah, that's LAFC. I don't know if it's just that we've done it so many times that people just got better at it. But you could not ask for a new team to show up and do a better job. LAFC and the Vegas Golden Knights in the NHL.
good.
Like they
Really
just showed up and it's like they just bang. They're here. They're really good. It doesn't feel weird. It's just
Vegas is all behind them too.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
They're
The full support. And it wasn't because you've seen some other when I lived in Houston briefly. The Texans weren't brand new, but they were new-ish when I got there.
Yeah.
And it still felt like they were on the outside looking into the NFL. It didn't feel like they belonged there, like the Oilers belonged in Houston. It felt like kind of an interloper kind of situation. Never with the Golden Knights and never with LAFC.
But the difference, I would say, is it's common. Okay, Lakers were here. Clippers came after, right? Rams have history here. Chargers just got here.
Right.
If you want to compare Dodgers and Angels, if you want to do all that, how did they just come in and it didn't matter that there was another soccer team here for 20-plus years? That's the part that I feel is pretty impressive.
It's kind of magical how they built the culture already. Before the players were already here, the culture was already built.
It's impressive.
And that's the trick right there.
Stadium helped too.
Oh, yeah.
The stadium helped
No, you're
too.
right. Here's our home.
They didn't
and
miss
it's
a
in
trick.
the heart of Los Angeles.
And it's beautiful and everything else.
I wanted to come by and just show off the jersey, but I also brought a few more. I got a handful of jerseys, and if you guys allow me to, I want to give away one of these jerseys here that I'm wearing right now. If you're watching on YouTube, of course, you can see it, but for the listeners out there, if you want to get your hands on one, I want to give one jersey out right now, maybe one for Mason in Ireland on that show, and then Sedano and Cab will give out another jersey. Also, though, I want to throw in a pair of tickets for tomorrow.
Let's go.
So tomorrow is a huge match against RSL. LAFC, RSL are equal on points right now, tied for first at the very, very top of the West. LAFC do have a game in hand, so LAFC is technically in first place, but that's going to be a battle tomorrow. So if you want this jersey and if you want a pair of tickets to LAFC RSL tomorrow at BMO Stadium, hit us up, caller number 7 right now. Caller number 7.
Caller number 7, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. A pair of tickets for tomorrow and a brand new jersey.
And you know what?
Mario came with gifts.
This is the archive collection. That's what we're calling it here. And not only is there just this jersey, but there's 3 pieces to this collection. There's also a track zip-up jacket, which is very cool. It's also this, this off-white kind of color here with a brown kind of collar. It's sweet. And the third piece Can't go wrong with Adidas Gazelles.
Oh,
the
okay.
Gazelles are the same color as this with a little bit of the brown tones here. And it says Los Angeles in the back of the Gazelles. Super sick. So go check those out, too.
Yeah, not surprised Mario did that to the phone.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
surprised.
Look,
Not
that
surprised.
stuff's going to work. That's going to work for sure. Thanks, Mario.
You guys got
That's
it.
awesome.
Thank
All
you,
right. I'm talking Ohtani next. I'm doing it, Slee. You can't stop me. That's next. It's Travis Slee, 710 ESPN.
With the click, LA on the fitted.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So, Slee, Prize Picks, basketball, the NBA basketball at least, may be over. But that doesn't mean that you can't play Prize Picks. I played Prize Picks baseball basically from the moment that spring training starts until where we are right now, all through the end of the postseason.
You play the long game.
I have some long game, and I love the short game. And I don't mean to give away any secrets. Shohei Ohtani's a pretty good pick. But this is Prize Picks. You pick 2 to 6 players. You pick more or less on their stat projections. And if you get it right, you can turn $10 into $1,000 on Prize Picks.
Here's what's cool about it. You don't have to be watching your team, but you can. You don't have to be watching your specific squad to a certain sport. You got the WNBA, you got Major League Baseball. You could even look, and I think there's this adds a little bit of drama to what we're doing. Go look at the game tonight. Go make some picks there. You could do it, and all you got to do is put our code in. Download the app today. Use that code 710 for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code 710 on Prize Picks for a deposit match of up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
I know going to the dentist with your kid is tough, but I've got the place for you. It's called Children's Dental Fun Zone. It's fantastic. 17 locations across the Southland. They got you covered in LA County, Orange County, and the IE. Children's Dental Fun Zone offers movies at every station. They got a TV at every station while your kid's getting their work done, and they can watch movies or whatever. They got iPads for the kids. They got toys for the kids in the waiting room. To book your child's next appointment at Children's Dental Fun Zone, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Trav and Slee.
Sliwa. Don't look Sliwa in the eye.
Do not look Alan Sliwa in the eye.
He has requested.
He'll come in tomorrow. Hey guys, how's it going? Nobody's
No. Okay, sorry, Slee. My bad, Slee.
Do period, not period, look period at Mr. Sliwa. There's to be no period eye contact, period.
OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but new Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with new Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, here's a question. After you wear your clothes, you toss them in the washing machine, right? Nobody wants to wear dirty clothes. So how come you don't throw your shoes in the washing machine when they get dirty? I mean, come on. Your shoes are touching the filthy ground all day long. Gross. Well, with Skechers, you can. Because most Skechers are machine washable. That's right. Skechers are specially made so you can toss them right in the washing machine and keep them clean and looking new. And when they look new, you can confidently wear them longer. That's less shoes you're going to want to throw away, which means less waste. And it'll save you tons of dough. I love that. Plus, machine washable Skechers are for the whole family, men, women, and kids. So when your kids get their shoes dirty, and we know they will, just wash them. Brilliant. And even our latest technology, new hands-free Skechers slip-ins are washable. You just step right in and go without bending down or even touching your shoes. So give your Skechers the same treatment you give your clothes. Just toss them in the washing machine and keep them looking brand spanking new. Find machine washable Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear happens to be sold.
It's Travis Rogers, Alan Sliwa.
Day has the same person dropped off food at your house twice in one day. I don't know.
Great question.
Travis and Sliwa.
On 710 ESPN.
Said you're doing it.
Were you calling number 7?
I was 11.
You just missed?
Yep.
I do like that.
Emily's like, caller number 11, loser, and then she hung up on me.
I want to be a jersey guy. I want to be able comfortable. I want to be able to pull off what Mario's doing right now. To be able to just wear the jersey, have it look good, be comfortable. Like I'd be self-conscious. I wouldn't look good. I can't do it.
At
I
least
want
with
to.
that one, we got sleeves, we got everything else. Like I can't
basketball.
see you wearing
Forget a
Sean Kemp jersey.
The Rain Man.
Just all open.
No, but like I couldn't. Like even if you gave me a Aaron Donald jersey or a Shohei Ohtani, like I can't. I don't know. I want to be able to do it, but I just don't think I can do it. All the players are walking the red carpet right now. We just saw Paul Skeens with his very famous influencer / gymnast girlfriend, Livy Dunn.
He had rizzed up Livy Dunn.
He sure did. And then we had Shohei and is it Makiko? What's his wife's name?
I will call her Mrs. Ohtani.
Mrs. Ohtani. Okay, let's go with that. They just walked. He's got a custom-made jacket sleeve where on the inside of the jacket, when you open it up, is a picture of his dog, Decoy.
Yeah, and I think Ohtani's allergic to wearing ties. He
never wears one. First of all, ties are not super ubiquitous the way that they used to be. They're pretty rare.
I do think they look nice.
Do you?
I like when guys wear tie. Like I like the Paul Skeens wear a tie, and also he doesn't look exactly like that guy, Mr. Rourke, because Mr. Rourke has the little vest on the inside too.
Oh,
and
I didn't notice that he was missing the vest. Okay.
Thing. Yeah.
I feel like ties is such a. If I'm wearing a tie, it's got to be like a specific occasion, and I feel like it's much more accepted now. Now you don't got the tie on.
I can't. The last time I can tell you the last time I wore a tie. The Mandy's before the last one. Yeah. I did not wear one this year. I went a little. They're uncomfortable. They suck. Shohei did not do it, but Shohei had a great idea. Shohei said the following: he wants Major League Baseball to allow its players to play in the Olympics moving forward, and obviously the Paris Olympics start here in just like 10 days or something crazy like that, really soon. The next Olympics after that, Summer Olympics at least, are here in Los Angeles, 2028. And what he said was international tournaments are special and the Olympics are also special. In the Olympics especially, there will be more chances for people who normally don't watch baseball to watch. In that sense, I think that's something very important for baseball. He went on to say, personally, I also have feelings of wanting to play. This was a child who was talking, a boy in rural Japan who was inspired by watching Japan win the WBC. Okay. Why not? Give me a reason why, because here's what we're talking about. The Olympics are coming to Los Angeles. Shohei Ohtani in 2028 is going to be a member of the Dodgers. He also is a Japanese citizen. He will play for Team Japan in the Olympics if, in fact, you can do this. You wouldn't want to see Ohtani going up against Aaron Judge or Bryce Harper or Paul Skeens, for that matter, 4 years from now in a tournament that we're going to stop baseball for 10 days, a couple of weeks or whatever, just abolish the All-Star break, put the best players from the baseball-playing countries every 4 years. You don't have to do it every year. And get a team from the U.S., Mexico, the Dominican, Puerto Rico, Japan, Korea, Cuba, Venezuela. Like, there are plenty of places that could put a team together that could win that tournament. What's the downside to that? People that don't watch baseball would run into it just because I know the Olympics aren't what they were in the 50s and 60s and all that kind of stuff, but people do watch the Olympics. Running into something that different with the real guys, what's the downside?
So I don't know if there's a downside. I think the question you got to ask yourself, I'm not surprised at all that Shohei Ohtani wants to have Japan in the Olympics and represent his country.
Sure.
We know how much that means to him. We saw it in the WBC. I love that he says, I think it's something that's very important for baseball. Let's grow the sport together. And this is one way to do it. I think the question you got to ask yourself is, does the USA feel the same way? Do the other players in Major League Baseball who would represent the United States, do they feel the same way?
Mm-hmm.
Do they and maybe this is just something that grows over time, but if you told me we're stopping Major League Baseball, Once every 4 years, we're stopping
For
it.
a couple weeks.
We're taking the All-Star break out of the mix as well so that, we could use that 1 week there. However, we get creative to whether that's taking a little bit less games, which I know is impossible to do in all of sports, but maybe we're starting a week early. Maybe we're going a week later. Probably
And
more
think about-
realistic
You're
to start
talking
a week
about maybe
earlier.
losing 5 home dates, right? So you figure it's 10 games, 5 on the road, 5 home. It's 5 games. Like you could find a way that's not economically devastating.
I do think that, the biggest sticking point here is going to be the owners of those teams that aren't the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Los Angeles Angels or the San Diego Padres that won't be getting the revenue from these games that they are going to lose. Because, the sticking point that we always say every time that we bring up, hey, let's make less games, is those owners don't want to lose those home dates.
It's just revenue.
So how are you going to sweeten the deal that would say the Phillies, the Kansas City Royals, the Miami Marlins are going to missing those 5 dates? I know that's not a huge deal, but owners aren't just going to say, oh, yeah, sure, take these away.
Let's put it this way. If they want to make it happen, there's a case to be made that you should make it happen.
I got it. I have the solution. Okay. The last time the Olympics went up for sale to American television, anybody want to take a guess at what they bought, what NBC paid to get them?
Billions, whatever it was.
Just shy of $8 billion. There's plenty of money. Plenty of money.
In the soccer world.
You can make people whole, right? And maybe it doesn't have to be fully whole, but to your point, Jorge, international soccer shuts down all the time. World Cup and all of these other things.
Copa America, all of them.
You can do it.
Some kind of revenue share. Some kind of revenue share with not with the Olympics per se, but the baseball portion of the Olympics.
And then how are we picking the teams that get to the Olympics? Are you going to add in these qualifier games? That's going to add more time to these players' backs. How do you pick those people?
This is where you don't let perfect be the enemy of good. You let somebody that knows. Get an Olympic Committee person, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, the heads of these international federations. Look, you and I, Emily, could sit down and come up with the 12 best baseball playing countries in the world. It'd take us 10 minutes to do it. The only challenge would be maybe 10 through 12. The first 8 or 9 are so obvious and so easy. And if I'm just picking a country here at random, if the Czech Republic's jumping up and down and saying, we want in. You say, okay, cool. Here's how you get in. We're going to need you to develop a program. Well, all of a sudden, we're getting Czech players in the major leagues on a quasi-regular basis, and then we can reconsider. Until then, we're going to go with Venezuela. We're going to go with Mexico, the U.S., Canada, Japan, Korea, the DR, Puerto Rico. Like, we know that's where all the best players come from.
Every sport has qualifiers. So baseball would be the only sport that
Sure.
have qualifiers
Why
for
not?
the Olympics?
Why not?
I think it's the concept I really like, and I think most people would like. The details, I have no idea. But let them kind of figure that out. I think will it be complicated? Yes, it will. It's complicated just primarily because of the timing.
How do they pick who plays in
Baseball
the
is
WBC?
summer's time.
How do they pick who plays in the WBC?
I honestly don't know, but it would be this. It's a larger group because you get Europe in there, you get Australia and some of these other places that play a little bit of baseball, but not much.
Well, maybe get them involved. So I don't know. I mean, there's
To her point,
decisions.
the bigger you make it, the longer the tournament goes. The bigger you make it, the more powerful the argument for the lesser countries. You need to make it tight. Like if you're not as good at baseball as maybe the threshold is a country like Mexico, where there's a lot of Mexican major leaguers, but it's not the Dominican Republic. It's not Puerto Rico. It's not like that. But you need to be somewhere. You need to have X amount of players from your country in the American major leagues or the NPB or find the tour, the Korean League. You need to have this many guys to qualify.
And why it would probably even be better than the Olympics is because it's not, better than the World Baseball Classic is because when you get the World Baseball Classic, that's before the season starts. They're not in like mid-season
and the best
form,
players don't play.
What would happen right now?
And that you said that it's Ohtani asking for this.
Right.
It's the face of baseball.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's not
one of the most
Kike
popular
or whoever. Exactly.
One of the most popular athletes in the world.
Dylan Hernandez had a great observation. I think he wrote that Shohei Ohtani is the only person that a non-baseball fan knows by name. Maybe Aaron Judge. Maybe. Right? That should probably not be the case. I'm not saying you got to know 30 of them, but knowing 3 or 4. And I'm not talking American baseball fans or American sports fans, right? We always had, when Kelvin and I were doing our show, we had our test, like if athlete X walked through the mall in Boise, Idaho, do they get mobbed or not? Shohei Ohtani gets mobbed. Aaron Judge gets mobbed. I don't think anybody else does. right? If Patrick Mahomes walks through that mall in Boise, forget about it. If LeBron James walks through there, forget about it. Baseball doesn't have guys like that. Bryce Harper probably gets through that mall relatively unscathed, right? Is there anybody else? I don't think.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about, even in Boise, Idaho, if Ohtani does yet. Because, I'm putting that out. My friend who was visiting from Wyoming, she's not a sports fan, but even her boyfriend is a sports fan. He doesn't know who Ohtani was.
Then he's not a sports fan. Yeah, I'm calling him out on that. That's he's either lying or she's lying.
Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming, they don't watch baseball as much.
That's impossible.
Ohtani is not. He's not location specific.
No. He's not. He's one of those guys that thinks he's a sports fan. He's not. He has ESPN on his cable package.
He has a fantasy team that he had for football 7 years ago.
That's not.
Okay, so then we're only talking about sports fans that know who Ohtani is? Walking into the mall?
No, my grandmother would know who that is. And she's not cracking open the sports page and tearing through it every day. She knows who he is. She has the TV on every day.
When Ohtani was with the Angels, people that I know that don't give a flying you-know-what about sports, period. And that's before he even got to the Dodgers, right? They all knew who Ohtani was. They just knew who Ohtani was. He's not the good example because Ohtani, I think, is the one that...
He's the only one. And Judge, maybe? Judge is a maybe, I think. Ohtani's the only slam dunk. Problem solved. Put it at Dodger Stadium. Put it at the Big A. Put it at Petco Park. You got the facilities. You've got the countries. You've got the time.
That'd be cool.
You've got the time. Think about how good that WBC was. People don't even know what that is. People don't even know what that tournament is, what it's for. And all of a sudden, hey, that's Ohtani pitching to Mike Trout with the game on the line. That's pretty cool.
I was glued.
Yeah.
I wonder if the WBC can be somewhat, probably completely different qualifier. Somewhat help with determining.
But they only do that every 3 years. You know what I mean? Like we don't need to get Greece in the Olympic baseball tournament. We don't need to get Turkey. You don't need to get Sweden.
Yeah.
Like they don't need to be in there. They don't play baseball. That's
Kuwait's
fine.
Got a squad.
Maybe they do. Maybe they got a bunch of guys over there
Turkey.
that are working on double plays. It could happen.
Turkey,
you have no idea.
You'll play and you'll get your hair transplanted. I'm telling you, man. You get a
2 for 1.
Don't
The
bring
equipment
the
guys.
down
The
here.
equipment guys.
Buy one, get a hair transplant.
By the way, before we go to break, just another person off the board for the Lakers. Free agent Gary Trent Jr. has signed a 1-year deal with the Milwaukee Bucks.
We got Bronny. What do we care?
Exactly.
4 points a game. Come on.
Not last night.
4.3. That's the average.
And end up being Dinwiddie again.
As long as it's not adding up to be 2 threes, I think we're good.
Yeah, not last night. He didn't have 4 points.
4 minutes?
Oh, he's good at minutes. He's very good at minutes. That's why they lead the stat line with minutes. Did you see that whole thing?
That was
bizarre,
shady,
man.
That's
you know what.
21 minutes, 4 points.
They put, that you'll see the stats like 26, 4, and 10.
Yeah.
Right? We know that's points, assists, and rebounds.
Yep.
It was like 26, 4, and 10. It was like 26 minutes.
Who the hell
4
did that?
points. It might have been the Lakers. It was not good.
Don't do that.
It was not good. Rabbit Holes coming up next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN. Look at the sticker, right? Usually in the upper left-hand corner of your windshield, maybe bottom left. You know the sticker I'm talking about, the one that tells you whether or not your car is due for service. Is it? Before you go out on that summer road trip, why not get that taken care of? Check that box. You've got 15 minutes, and there's a Valvoline instant oil change right around the corner from you. For over 30 years, Valvoline has been taking care of you, right? Quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people like you and me. In, out, 15 minutes, your car's running at its absolute best. The peace of mind that comes with knowing, hey, I'm going to jump in the car, go on a summer trip, go to the beach, go to the mountains. Probably not the desert, a little hot for the desert. Wherever you're going, you want to make sure you get there. Quick, safe, reliable. That's where Valvoline comes in. And at Valvoline, you don't even have to get out of your car. You stay in your car nice and relaxed while the expert technicians make sure that your ride is at its absolute best. Oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, and wipers, and a whole lot more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Over 80 locations ready to help you get your ride ready for the road in no time at all. So go to SoCalOilChange.com, find one of those 80 locations, grab some game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shinato and Cappy start the LA afternoon drive takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Uncle Artie at Pernia Law. And there's never any upfront fees. They collect when you collect. And for the record, their win-loss record puts them in the top of the standings. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
At Carden Alleyway Hyundai, the sizzling summer sales event is on now. Lease a new 2024 Hyundai Elantra SCL for only $249 a month plus tax for 36 months on approved credit. Plus get peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and the Hyundai Assurance Program. Carden Alleyway Hyundai just off the 91 freeway in the Corona Auto Center or CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. Lease for $249 plus tax. License and fee to well-qualified buyers. 36-month lease. 10K miles per year. $34.99 due at signing. Not all buyers will qualify. Down payment may be required. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 07/31/2024.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If one game can get you into the Hockey Hall of Fame, this was it.
Hobie Baker starred for Princeton University in hockey and football and remains the only athlete in both the College Football and Hockey Halls of Fame.
The whole atmosphere was electric when he was playing. You couldn't ignore him, this kind of blonde Adonis.
As famous as he was in his day, he is little remembered now. 30 for 30 podcast presents Searching for Hobie Baker. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Mid-Morning Spectacular live from LA Live. Travis and Sliwa on 710 ESPN.
Red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
There is no earthly way of knowing
He's singing.
which direction we are going.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
That's for sure, right? So it's time for Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole is whatever internet story, internet theory we've been spending a little bit too much time on over the past couple of days. So, Al, what's your rabbit hole?
I have like 33, but I'm just going to use one or two because it's an interesting. A lot of stuff went on these last couple of days. Okay, so with that said, you mentioned Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
You mentioned him. And listen, we all know Anthony Bourdain. We've all seen some videos of Anthony Bourdain, but I never really watched this show. I just never, no reservations, right? That's what it was.
Yep.
Never really watched this show. I don't know why I got caught yesterday, something, and whatever I was watching, he came up, and he was in Baja, California.
I've seen that one.
Okay.
It's a great episode.
That's so funny. Okay,
Yeah.
So he's in Ensenada.
Yep.
Specifically, he's in Ensenada, and he's going
With all the
to
fish on the beach. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess this was at one point, I think, I don't know if this was the one in Ensenada or it was a different place in Baja, California, but it was one of the areas that they filmed Titanic. Whether it was this one specific or not, and the guy was explaining, or Anthony Bourdain was explaining, he's like, look, this became a real like Hollywood production here. But then everybody left, and all the locals just ended up using it, and they got fresh fish.
Yeah.
They're showing these tables, all these different fish that are there, and the time of the year is going to also depend. Is a lobster season? Is this all that? Man, I started going down the Anthony Bourdain rabbit hole and watching just some. I ended up he's in Chicago doing deep dish pizza, coming in saying, I don't like deep dish pizza. You're not going to convince me. He walks away, gets the storyline. It's more about the bread. I started going down this rabbit hole with Anthony Bourdain and then went a little bit further, kind of getting a little bit more information in his life, what happened to his life.
Yeah, he had a fascinating life. He's a fascinating guy. Unfortunately, it ended very sadly and tragically. My favorite part of Anthony Bourdain, if he thought something sucked, he would tell you, I don't like this. This kind of sucks. Because usually those cooking shows, and I watch all of them. This is not a criticism because I consume all of it.
Sure.
Oh, this is great. Everything's great and amazing. That's not true.
Yeah.
We've all eaten things that were like, I don't like that. That wasn't very good at all. Bourdain was one of the few guys that go, this isn't for me. I don't like this.
And he would end up like in certain areas in Baja, California. He'd end up at some winery where there's just acres of land. It's not coastal. It's a little bit more inland, and he ends up at a super, super high-end restaurant, but then the very next scene is just these street tacos in the middle. Like,
you know what one of his favorite places was?
In-N-Out.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was an In-N-Out stand for sure.
That was one of my first videos.
What did you think of the fries, though?
I don't remember.
And that was one of the first videos. I don't know if you've seen it, but the way I think he said every time he lands into L.A., the first thing he'd do is go to In-N-Out, and before he left L.A., the first thing he'd go to In-N-Out, and watching him just like the way he talks about that burger.
They know what they're doing.
I do want to know what he thinks about the fries, though.
Always finding that black cloud on the silver lining.
Yeah, Jorge?
Yeah. So, do you guys have like pots and pans that are like black from the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no matter how much you scrub it,
Yep.
like
Does
you,
nothing.
Just
it doesn't
burn.
come off, right?
Yeah.
So, I was home yesterday, so I was like looking at some of these things, and I'm just like, hey, Brenda, like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? She's like, no. So she sends me this video, right? You had salt, vinegar, lemon juice, and then you put some wipe over it, right? Like, I don't know if it's like a Clorox wipe or whatever, because I don't explain, but it seems like, so I started going this rabbit hole about cleaning stuff, right? And supposedly, it's baking soda.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's lemon juice.
And
It's
salt.
It's like, but the grainy salt.
rock salt, yeah.
And then you leave it on top of that. You put some wipes on top of this, and you put white vinegar over it, right? You leave it sitting there for like 10 minutes, and then you come off, and it wipes.
Everything comes off.
Supposedly, right?
Okay.
I was tempted to try it, but I didn't have two things: the grainy salt, and then I have the white vinegar. So I keep looking at some of these videos, and I'm thinking, is it fake? Is it real? Are they using something else?
We all have pots like that.
Right,
pots and
but
pans.
it bugs me because they're like red, they're red pots or pans, but they look black now.
Yeah.
So Brenda's like, well, we need new ones. I was like, no, we're not.
We need
buying new
baking
pans
soda,
and
salt,
pans.
and
YouTube.
Clorox wipes.
We need YouTube.
Yeah. So then I started. I want to clean them now. Now I'm curious. I wonder if this little formula works. So I've just been going down cleaning stuff.
Those are kind of fascinating. Watching some of that cleaning stuff, like
Right.
random things like that we all
The non-chemical, like the whole
yeah.
list of
It's things like that. So I don't know if it's the citrus or the baking soda or the vinegar, but something supposedly makes it work. And I'm just curious about that. If you guys have tried it, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know.
Yeah, there is a thing about that. So, actually, this weekend on House of the Dragon, you see one of the characters cleaning his sword with a lemon and salt. That is from forever. That's how you should clean your cast irons. That's how you should clean anything that's kind of made of that same material. Lemon, salt to get the grainy lemon, salt, and then that gets away most things. Lemon for the scent and also for like the cleaning,
The acidity.
But it's the salt that soaks up.
That's the
stuff.
abrasiveness too, right?
Yeah,
They kind of
yeah.
scrub. What do you got, him?
So mine is a combo of a couple things. So first one is like a life that I will never have. So today is National Personal Chef Day, but my TikTok has been flooded with personal chefs, like personal chef in the Hamptons, personal chef in Cape Cod, and it's like these people are doing like their day in the life as a personal chef for like a billionaire in the Hamptons, and it's just like this gorgeous place, but they work like 17-hour days, but they're making this gorgeous food, and I'm just obsessed with watching these videos, as well as people flying like business class or like the suite class on like Emirates and things like that, and it's just like that blows me away. Other rabbit hole is because my sister
Pretty
asked
good
us.
lifestyle in some of those videos.
Do you know how expensive those tickets are? Like those first class,
Like $20,000.
Yes,
Yeah.
and up. It's
But people get it for
tens of thousands of dollars for these flights.
Okay, have you seen? I'm curious if you ever seen this. Do you ever see the people who are reviewing?
That's most of the people that I'm seeing.
This?
Yeah.
So they're just on it, but it's getting millions of views. So
It's comped, right, for them?
Yeah, whether it's Emirates
Sometimes
or,
they're comped.
Mhm.
So and sometimes use their points. So this girl Victoria Paris, who I follow, she like just does her like travel day in the life, and she travels from all these places. She goes to like she's going to Sri Lanka, and so it's like just her travel day, which I'm just a little envious of. The other rabbit hole that I was down because my sister kind of texted our family about it, was the origin of our last name.
Oh.
And I've honestly never truly cared at all because I just think my last name is just kind of annoying because no one's ever said it right. No one's ever said it right the first time. And they need to correct people. And then people have it's distinctive. And so it's, I guess, traced back to like an area of the Czech Republic called like, the Bohemian section of the Czech Republic, and has been oftentimes fought over whoever wins a war in that area tends to get Bohemia.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's Czech.
Czech.
Yeah, is the origin.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Slee, you're going to like this one in particular. Here's mine, and we'll do it very quickly.
Is it Randy Johnson again?
It's not Randy Johnson. It's your guy. It's Tony Gwynn. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I don't know how I ran into this page of just these bananas Tony Gwynn stuff. Okay.
Is this the one, the Maddox Glavin?
Yes. Well, that's one of them. There's 30 of them here.
Okay.
The name of this page is Crazy Ass Tony Gwynn Stats. So it delivers what it says it's going to deliver. Here you go. Tony Gwynn had 323 career at-bats against Greg Maddux, Pedro Martinez, Tom Glavine, and John Smoltz. Okay, one more time. Maddux, Glavine, Pedro, John Smoltz.
Icons.
Faced him 323 times. He struck out 3 times.
Come on.
Against 4 of the great pitchers of his generation, he struck out 3 times.
Does it say who he struck out against?
Smoltz got him 0 times. Glavine got him twice. That leaves 1 for Maddux and 1 for Pedro.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Tony Gwynn had 300. That's the same one I just read. Let's see here. In 2 strike counts, Tony Gwynn hit 302. Gwynn's mark is the best ever in 2 strike counts. The next best is Wade Boggs, who hit 260. He's 42 points better than the next closest guy.
I freaking love that guy.
And the last one, more on Gwynn's strikeout. He faced some of the great pitchers, but even the cream of the crop had trouble getting him out. Neither Pedro Martinez or Greg Maddux ever struck him out. Maddux faced Gwynn 107 times. Gwynn hit 415 off Greg Maddux.
Are you kidding me?
That's the sort of guy that Tony Gwynn was. Of the 12 top batting seasons since the expansion era in 1961, Gwynn owns 4, 368, 370, 372, and 394. Jeff Bagwell hit 368 one season and finished 30 points off of the batting lead. Okay, that's Tony Gwynn.
Have you ever heard of, I'll throw one at you here. There's a local brewery in San Diego, 394.
Oh, I love it.
And it's all Padre colors.
Love it.
And it's kind of the old school Padre colors. 394 Pale Ale, 394. It's cool.
Yeah. You know, next time we talk to Oral, we'll have to ask him how many times he got him. Because Oral racked up a few in his day, too. Yeah. And Tony was hard to get out. The Dump's coming up next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN. Speaking of Oral, Rotolo Chevrolet. Let's talk about my pals at Rotolo Chevrolet. Let's talk about my pal Oral Hershiser, my pal Mike Capozio, my pal Eddie Alizadeh, right? All of these are the guys at Rotolo Chevrolet that make sure that you have the customer service experience of your lifetime. You know what you're going to get with the Chevy Silverado. You know exactly what you're buying, right? They have every make, model, color that you can think of at Rotolo Chevrolet. But what you're going to get at Rotolo that you're not going to find anywhere else, customer service that's second to none. Customer service that has led to 12 consecutive Dealer of the Year awards. That's how good it is. And it starts with Mike. Mike makes sure that everybody on his team understands what they want to deliver every day. Transparency, courtesy, and just making sure that everybody knows at every step of the process what's going on. When's the last time you could say that about buying a car? So if you're in the market for a Rotolo, or I should say a Chevy Silverado, any of the Chevy cars or trucks really, Rotolo Chevrolet is the place to be. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, they're going to treat you like you won't believe. And if it's a little far, go online, RotoloChevy.com, ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
Mason and Ireland.
You know what? 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app. This fall, the new home of the USC Trojans.
The new home of the USC Trojans.
The Trojans are back.
The USC Trojans play on LA's mega sports station.
That's right. USC football, USC men's basketball, and USC women's basketball are on 710 ESPN, coming this fall.
710 ESPN, the new home of the USC Trojans.
There's nothing like NHL hockey, LA Kings hockey on 710 ESPN. Welcome to the family.
Brand new partnership. We're excited to have the Kings right here, the home of the Los Angeles Kings. And Trav, now I just need an invitation to go catch a game.
You have been giving you one forever.
Now you have to across the street. Now it's across the street.
Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.
The Kings are back on 710 ESPN. Believe it or not, I did pregame for the Kings 25 years ago. Damn, I'm old. Luke Robitaille, the rest of the Kings organization couldn't be more excited. Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go. Nothing like live hockey. Nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing like watching it on TV. Nothing like listening to it on the radio. And we've got them on ESPN LA. Go Kings, go.
We're so excited. The LA Kings have found a new home right here on 710 ESPN. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
I want to congratulate the LA Kings. You are now on the greatest sports radio station in America, 710. And guess what? Now I get to be one of the ice girls at a Kings game. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go.
Guys just like you. One from Jalisco, Mexico. The other one born and raised down in Downey with a vision to create a sippy tequila mint for sharing with friends and loved ones. You've heard us talk about it. Those beautiful, round, ceramic bottles. Just a conversation starter indeed. But nothing like the nectar of the gods inside. The Blanco, the Reposado, the Añejo, or the Extra Añejo. Man, celebrate with Tequila Mandala today. Tequila Mandala. Demand the extraordinary.
Progressive knows when you own a boat, life on land is a tough sell.
Come on down to Land. The place where you can do so much walking. You can walk to work, the bus stop, or the gym, where you can pretend you're walking up an endless flight of stairs. Even when you're flying somewhere, you can take a really long walk through the airport. It's Land.
Life on a boat is way more relaxing, and it's even more relaxing when you protect your boat with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, #1 rating based on 2022 boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How often do you compare yourself to others? It's easy to envy friends' lives on social media when you only see the good parts. But comparison is the thief of joy. Online therapy helps you focus on what you want, not what others have. Because your best life is better than the idea of someone else's. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/Freddie today to get 10% off your first month.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
This is a weird one for me, Slee.
That I went to Asada Fest.
How was it?
It was awesome.
Was it good?
It was really good. It was like one of those things where you show up.
Change your mind?
No, I mean, it's not even that.
I'm from 6 to 5.
Let me set it straight. If you go to a taco stand and there's asada on that list, I'm going to get it last over everything else on the list. That's what it is. It's not that I don't like carne asada. I mean, I like it. It's just I'm picky about it when I go to a taco stand. If there's carnitas, if there's chicken, if there's chorizo, if there's cabeza, lengua, anything in there. Beyond carne asada, I'm going to go for other options, not the asada, because you can get that anytime.
Okay.
But anyway, Asada Fest was awesome. You see all kinds of meat being cooked. So they lay out one taco, they just lay out tacos on a table. You walk by whatever stand you want. They have pork belly on this one. Boom, you take it with handmade tortillas. Some of them made out of with nopales. They have chorizo cooking on that end. You go get a chorizo taco. You go inside the little tent. They have ceviche. They have aguas frescas. They have this. Oof. And you can take as many samples as you wanted, right? So I take Brenda. She's like, you want a michelada? I'm like, sure. We take the little samples of michelada.
Have you ever said no to that?
Right. So then we go inside one of the warehouses there. And it's the Modelo stand is there. I'm like, hey, can I get a Modelo Negra? Sure. They pour you a little glass. And then you're drinking and you're eating as much as you wanted. And then you go by the queso side, the queso Oaxaca. So we start taking the quesadillas. We start putting those red salsa, green salsa on there. And then at some point, there's a band that's playing that Brenda's been wanting to see for years.
Really?
Yeah. And then she's enjoying it. She's like, "Oh, this is awesome. It was cool." So then the lucha libre starts. Oh my man, it was fun. The tajin cart was there. Like actually, a little.
Oh
tajin
yeah,
for your
thank you
backpack.
for that.
They had the little wheel, the wagon wheels. Now I call them wagon wheels.
They're so good.
Yeah, they had the jarritos stand.
Those are just chicharrones, right?
Chicharrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're made out of flour.
Yeah. I'm very glad to hear you because as you're telling me this story, the only thing preventing me from being genuinely like angry with Jorge is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You went with Brenda. That's cool.
And I told
like
her,
had you gone with somebody not Brenda and not me, we would have had problems.
And Brenda's like, "Oh, so if I didn't come with you today, like, who are you gonna bring?" I'm like, "Travis." No, like.
That's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I'm glad. We had a good time, man. It was awesome.
Food if you want.
Dude, do they do this weekly? When are they coming back?
I think it's gonna become a yearly thing.
We should all go to the spot again.
Yeah, we should.
And over we go El Momo, or we could go to Grand Central Market and do that again.
Yeah. Grand Central Market.
You also got to.
Wow, that's great.
You got to take me. I'm taking the plunge. I want one of those flat top tables with the dome.
Yeah, Piñata District.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm doing that. I know exactly where I'm going to put it. I can take the legs off, put it in my garage. I know where it's going to be.
Is it like a Blackstone?
But it's got a dome in the middle.
Okay.
It's got like, and the dome is where the heat is at its. You cook the meat on the dome, and then you slide it off to the corners, and the grease collects. You can warm the tortillas. Like I've been putting in like masterclass level observations when I'm around those taco guys.
And then when Bobby came in one day, I was like, "Hey, Bobby, you have a little." Oh, I told you and Bobby. I was like, "You guys have a little bit of oil for what?" Just bring them, dip it in oil, put your tortillas. They'll never go dry.
It was pretty good.
It's good
it
stuff.
was pretty good. Lawrence Frank, the president of the Clippers, had this to say about Kawhi Leonard no longer being on the U.S. Olympic team. No, it was USA Basketball's call, and I was quite frankly very disappointed with the decision. Kawhi wanted to play. We wanted him to play. I was there the first two practices. He looked very good. Was a full participant in everything that they did. I wasn't there for the third practice where ultimately that was the point where they decided to go in a different direction. I expressed to them I really wish they would have given Kawhi more time. Okay. When Kawhi was, I don't even know how to characterize this, Al, told to leave, sent home, that was unhealthy. I don't even know how to phrase that exactly.
I already had in my mind what it was.
I thought it was like by mutual agreement, like, guys, look, I'm not 100% healthy. This is not in my best interest. You should probably have a healthier player. Why don't I go back to my team? And the Clippers are probably like, whew, thank goodness.
I wouldn't even go that far. I was just thinking of one party, the Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers party. That's it. I just thought it was completely... Yeah, guys, this isn't a good decision for me. If I could go, I would go. I just can't go. That's what I thought it was. Done. Story was finished. I'm reading this tweet yesterday. I saw it. It came out yesterday. I'm reading it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Did he get kicked off the team? Was he told he wasn't good enough to play? Was he told he wasn't the right fit? Was he told, hey, it doesn't seem like you're 100%, so we're going to have somebody else come in your place? I think the person that came in his place is Derek White. I think Derek White ended up being the guy that replaced him. Kind of a confusing story. I would have thought the Clippers are kind of ecstatic, especially him.
Yes, a big exhale that, oh, good, thankfully, because, to use the bad analogy, there's not a lot of tread on Kawhi's tires to begin with. Why are we spending any of it in an Olympic environment where, he hasn't played a full season for the Clippers in such a long time? Let's try to do that. This is very different. Now, the question, I guess, becomes, are the Clippers covering for him? Are they taking one for the team? We're just we'll take it. Like, we got this. You're healthy. We want to sell it to our fans because they're opening the new building. The whole thing. Like, we're gonna have our guys back, even though in private conversations we're not all that disappointed that he's not playing.
Yeah, I mean, we know the knee soreness that he's had, the inflammation that he's had. This is an issue that he continues to have. So, yeah, I'm just surprised by the comments. You were thinking maybe that's the best way to put it. They're saying that they're disappointed and they're covering for Kawhi Leonard, but we'll see. Emily, what are you doing this weekend?
I am just going to hang out. I don't know. I don't have things planned yet.
Have you ever been to Phoenix?
I've not been to Phoenix.
Okay, I have a suggestion for you.
What?
Pitbull is playing halftime of the WNBA All-Star Game, which is in Phoenix this weekend, and I know you're a Pitbull fan.
For powerful women.
Yes. Mr.
Dale.
Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. I have seen Pitbull before. I did see him do halftime of the NASCAR.
I know you did. Pre-game. He was pre-game.
No, I thought it was halftime.
No, Ice Cube was halftime.
Ice was half. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I was there for both, so.
She's going to take Qatar Airways on first class
to Phoenix
with a butler after she watched that.
I do think the two most powerful, big, staunch supporters of women and women in sports have been Pitbull and Flava Flav. And if you told me that like 10 years ago,
Is
I
that
would
true?
not believe you. Flava Flav is personally like supplying everything for the U.S. women's water polo team to go to the
I saw
Olympics.
that. That's right.
And he has consistently come out to support Taylor Swift. He's come out to support the women's water polo team and any other like women's Olympic team that needs support and money. I don't know where Flavor Flav is getting all this money from these days, but regardless, those two guys have really put talk the talk and walk the walk.
Marcus Grant in the house. Did you know that Flava Flav was a women's water polo fan?
I did. I did see that story when it hit a couple weeks ago.
And he played with them in a practice the other day too, and he actually didn't look.
I also heard
Did
him
he wear the
some,
hat?
So funny.
And the clock. I heard him doing some commentary on it too, where like he was like doing some play-by-play.
Was he doing Flava Flav?
No, he was like somebody scored a goal and he went, "Yeah, boy!" Like he really did the whole thing. He did the whole bit.
An exhibition against Italy pre Olympics, and he did call the games, and then also he got into the water with the girls, and they were like, "Yeah, you're one of the best like celebrities that's come into the water with us. That's played like he didn't."
Water
drown.
polo is not a joke because people are actively trying to drown
each
while
other.
You
Yes.
are trying to
No one was touching
score.
him. No one was trying to drown him at this point. He just needed to stay afloat, and he was doing more breaststroke kicks instead of some egg beater. But I think he wore the cap. He protected his ears.
You have to though, right?
Yeah.
You got to take the clock, the chain off. That thing's like
drag him to the bottom of the pool.
Like 40 pounds of gold.
Flames at the bottom of the pool with his necklace.
He won't take it off.
Oh man. Yeah, but no, he very much is like a big water polo supporter, a big women's sports supporter. So
that's cool. That's very cool.
Powerful women in general. He has girls. He says, and he wants to make sure a world in which they feel empowered, and he puts his mouth to it or his money to it.
So you're gonna go to Phoenix?
If it's any other weekend.
If there were any other weekend, I understand. Rams fans, don't listen to this because I am still very optimistic that Aaron Donald's going to come back at some point. I am. Because I think Aaron Donald's got a lot of football left in him. I think he's put on this earth to play football, and he wants to do it as long as he can, hopefully. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Happy birthday, happy 56th birthday to Barry Sanders. I thought the same exact thing for Barry Sanders, and we never saw him again. Barry Sanders, when he quit, we're like, okay, he's just pissed at the Lions.
Yeah, so the difference is the Lions sent two all-time greats to early retirements, right? They sent Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson out. At least the Rams have been, they've got a good environment. They're competitive. It's a place people want to be. The Lions, people are just like, no, I'm done. I don't care. I'm out.
When Barry quit, I remember thinking, yeah, cool. We'll see you in a few weeks. Like he was still Barry Sanders. Like he was still the best running back in football. Yeah. You don't just leave. I know you hate the Lions and this sucks for you, but you're Barry Sanders. You got to play football. I don't think we've seen him since until about 5
and
years
honestly,
ago.
he seems like he's perfectly content not playing football.
Barry, and I'm trying to say this in a way that doesn't sound like I'm being disrespectful because I'm not. Barry's a weird guy. Like he's just a different sort of guy that I think he happened to be great at football, but I don't think he saw himself exclusively as a football guy.
No, I think there are a lot of guys. I think especially guys who leave the game early. I mean, you could say that about Barry Sanders. Ricky Williams was one of those guys.
Yeah, Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, very much one of the. Like I see Andrew Luck now, and he couldn't look happier to not be getting smoked on a regular weekend.
He was another one that when he left, I'm like, yeah, okay, he needs a break. Mm-hmm. He'll be back. Andrew Luck was in his 20s.
Yeah. But he also seems like a guy who didn't need football. He liked football. He was good at football, but he didn't actually need
You know what
football.
he was? And I this is a compliment. He's a Stanford guy.
Yeah.
The Stanford people are different. They're really crazy smart and a little different, and they kind of have a different lens that they look through the world at. And Luck fit that perfectly, and he happened to be awesome at football.
Yeah, and if you could, like you said, Marcus, you don't have to get your head pounded in every Sunday.
Why would you?
And you're in a position where you don't have to, then it's okay.
It's also so weird, too, how Andrew Luck retired, too. Just kind of suddenly at a preseason game.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was like it was sprung on him because someone
Were you here when that happened?
Oh, no. I was still at ESPN National.
Okay.
I remember I was working.
I was at
a
kind of a group outing, a cookout at a coworker / friend's house. And, I mean, here was an event, just a summer get-together filled with NFL Network types, and the whole party just stopped. for like half an hour.
Everybody have to go to work.
Everybody was like on their phones. We're texting. We're emailing. Like the whole cookout just came to a halt for a while.
Jorge, you know what we should do? A little Super Crosstalk. Bonk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Mason and Ireland to join Travis and Slee?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Woo, 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 woo. So Morales is in. It's lit.
Oh, boy, I love a good lit
Have you
day.
experienced a lit, Marcus?
I don't think I've been here for a lit.
Okay.
The hell out.
I'm aware of it. I've just never experienced it.
Anything can happen. Get you the HR's number. You can start off with that.
Consult with that, exactly.
He was telling us that Cappy took all your stuff to San Diego,
Oh,
at
my
least
God.
halfway to San Diego before
Yeah, I
you
didn't
realized
get a
he had
chance to
it?
tell the story yesterday. So the way it went down was I wasn't going to go to the Sunset Room. And then Cappy said, and I was in an Uber. Cappy said, well, I'll take you over. You can take an Uber
Were you
from
going to
there.
leave me hanging, by the way? Because you and I had a conversation in the dugout.
I was going no matter what. I had already had Cappy set up to take me over there.
Okay.
So I'm going to take an Uber.
Because
home.
I came to you at one point and said, hey, are you going to go to the Sunset Room? You're like, yeah, I think so. And
Yeah,
that was kind of
I kind of talked you into it.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
So Cappy, so I throw my stuff in Cappy's truck or whatever he's driving, and he says, "Well, I'm going to leave early, so I'll come get you when I leave." And then
Did he whisper like that?
He just like that.
Doesn't he always?
He didn't want anybody to hear what he was saying, that he was going to bail early, Irish goodbye. So anyway, at some point I look up, I'm like, all right, I think I'm ready to go. Cappy, gone. He's taken my stuff and started his drive down to South L.A.
He's got everything.
So he's got my laptop, my
wallet,
my everything was in there.
Your
my
notes,
weed.
your notes.
Oh, well, hold on. Now we got to the point.
I was like,
This
you
is
buried the
crux of
lead here, right?
You could deal without your wallet and your laptop for
Game
a
of
day or
games
two.
for Monday,
He had,
Tuesday.
he had all my pre-rolls. I mean, I was just furious. So I call Cappy, and he says, what? And I said, Cappy, you've got all my stuff. He says, okay, I'm going to turn around and come back. He turned around and came back. He's about 30 minutes towards San Diego. Now, I thought that was the right thing to do. If he had not...
What happens if he did not?
Would never have forgiven him. If I had gone the weekend without my wallet and without my
Your
laptop
weed.
and my weed, what kind of weekend is that?
It's not a very good weekend,
No.
is what that is. I'm trying to think. Cappy,
You would have done it.
I think in this situation,
Yeah.
I would have said, Mace, can you get home? If the answer was, yeah, I can get home, I said, I'll bring you your stuff first thing in the morning. I would not have turned around at that
But
point.
Cappy's closer to bringing my stuff back than he is to San
Was he
Diego
closer
at this point.
to your house?
Oh, no.
No, he's going the other
south.
direction.
Oh, no, he's going south.
He's going the other
south.
direction.
From West,
Sunset.
from,
But
Hacienda
once
Heights,
I'm a half hour. I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
We would
I'll
not even
I'll
be on
catch you in the
speaking
morning.
terms. We would
Not
not
even-
even speak
I have it
during
to you by 9
Super
o'clock the
Crosstalk.
next morning.
Well, I mean, I could live with that. What are you going to do? Drive?
I'd rather go
He'd
home and
get
get up
at
and come
7
back.
a.m.
Oh,
and
I think
come
I'd rather
back.
turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could live
I would
for a
rather
night,
turn
but I
around.
think turning
I don't
around
think I
was
could
the
do
right
it.
move.
Could you
I
imagine
don't
what would
think I could
happen
do
in
it.
Super Crosstalk if you two
Didn't speak.
just had like a rivalry?
Just not.
John
no
and I,
words.
John and I would talk so much Lakers together.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It'd be Lakers talk.
Let's make sure that never happens.
Yeah, no, it's not. It will never happen. Will never happen. I heard Mario in here today.
Yeah?
It's very slick fielding shortstop. I heard that the controversy who's going to play short.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that.
It blew
I
up.
didn't either.
We kept it under the radar because the last thing you want as a manager is that this stuff to leak.
Right.
You don't want it to leak.
You want a winning.
You
culture.
keep it in-house.
Keep the dirty laundry in house.
Gotta keep
You
it
know?
in-house. Yeah, I was asked about it. So Parker had asked me. He said, "Hey, we're here. There's stuff going on." I said, "Nothing to see here, Parker." And we got him out of there.
There
we
you
had
go.
to keep that
There you go.
Marcus, what sort of softball player are you?
You know what? I have not played in years. I don't even know.
Then you fit perfect with us.
Sounds like Team Mace to me.
I honestly feel like I was a good glove man. I probably feel like I might be sort of the Greg Bergman, like I'll get you 4 or 5 hits. There might not be a lot of slug there.
Right.
But I've got good speed on the bases. I'll go first to third for you. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, so.
Bergman went 0 for 3, by the way.
By the way, what he just described is exactly what we need.
Somebody can catch the ball.
Catch the ball, cover a little ground on the bases.
Yep. Don't pull a Kai.
Don't pull a Kai.
Yesterday you said why'd you mention Kai? Today it's don't pull a Kai.
Don't pull a Kai. Exactly.
Don't know where I was or what was going. I have zero recollection of that rundown.
You don't remember the rundown?
Not until you.
There was
when you guys mentioned it yesterday, and you're like, "Yeah, we executed a rundown."
I was amazed that
you like executed it like.
It was really well done. Yeah, I mean they nailed it. Yeah. They nailed it. Damn you, Kai. And Ron Mitchell dropped that ball on left too.
Yeah.
And the umpire rooked us on 2 calls.
Twice.
Yep, exactly.
And John made your picks.
And John made all the picks.
The day Bronny was getting drafted, I was not happy about that.
Because there was so much suspense on that day. Like, who are the Lakers going to take at number 50?
Marcus, I don't know what your schedule is July 13th, 2025, but it sounds like...
You know what? I will circle the dates and make sure I'm available that day.
Absolutely.
I had a moment this morning. So I wake up, take my shower. I'm standing in front of my bathroom sink, brushing my teeth, and I tap my phone for the first time to wake it up, right, and unlock it. And I open the ESPN app to see if anything happened overnight that I may have missed. And the very first video that is playing, you know, when you're on your phone, the video just starts playing at the top.
Right.
It's Bronny launching an air ball.
Yeah, I know.
And it was the first time in this entire process I'm like, come on, man. Leave the guy alone.
I also
leave the guy alone.
I said that too. I was in the next room. We were talking about it. I feel great empathy for Bronny. I mean, he is in a really tough spot, and I think he's 0 for 15 from 3 right now, and the air ball is trending all over the place on social media.
He didn't draft himself.
Mace, did you hear he hit a shot in the fourth quarter? Whatever.
He was 1 for 5 in the game. Yeah.
The crowd was one of those
kind of a Bronx cheer sort
was
of
it
thing.
Yeah. And it's like, gosh dang, this dude is just by the way, you know, this is part of the problem of drafting Bronny. This is part of the problem. It's all good. He just got $8 million. I'm saying that, but there's eyes on this dude like no tomorrow. It's the summer league, so who else are you watching? Wemby's not there. It's not like you're. I mean,
think about what else happened yesterday. The whole Jaylen Brown thing, right?
Yeah.
Like Jaylen Brown gets not caught on a hot mic, but he very clearly said he's not a pro.
He's not a pro.
He's not a pro. And then the question was, maybe he'll play the G League. Yeah, and it's
do you think that's what he said? I think he will grow.
The second part was, no, he's going to be on the big team because of who he is. Like, there's not another 55th pick that's out there that Jaylen Brown is either commenting on or we're trying to read his lips to see what he said about that guy. I get it. He's been in this. It's just I'm starting. It's starting to turn as well. Like, what do I care? Well, he's not to. Can we just leave this guy alone? And let him play
really
a
has.
little bit?
But I mean, this is I think the latest bit of celebrity sports. You know, I mean, I go back to Tim Tebow, right? This was Tim Tebow playing baseball. You know, levels of things that in the grand, like we knew Tim Tebow was never going to see the New York Mets roster, but it was who he was, and so it became a story that got run into the ground, and I think that's what's going to happen. Bronny's in a no-win situation.
Although Bronny here, there's an advantage and a disadvantage to being, I'll use the term nepo baby. The great thing is it gets you in the door.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The bad thing is when you get through the door, you better perform.
Now it's on you,
and that's where he is right now.
Now it's on you.
Yeah.
What's he supposed to? He's not good enough.
Well, I mean,
that's the thing. Like he's just not good enough. It's not that he's dogging it. It's not that he doesn't care.
He's going to spend a lot of time in the G League this year.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll come out.
Not according to Jaylen Brown.
I'm sure he'll come out during garbage time and play with LeBron at some point early in the season. Right? That's going to happen. Don't you think, Slee?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not too often, but is there an occasion here and there? I mean, listen, if you're just looking at actual basketball, which I know we're not, because we're not, there's other dudes you would think, Maxwell Lewis, all these other guys, he's going to be in at the end of the game, and you would think Bronny's just sitting in the G League, but that's not
Jalen Hood-Schifino may be a good comp. I mean, he played in 30 or so games last year, averaged 5 minutes per game.
When does Dalton Connect start to get in his feelings?
I was thinking that same thing, though, like watching the air ball, and I'm like, there are 4 other guys out there on the court right now, and it's like,
but he's going to get real opportunities. I think Dalton will get real opportunities.
Dalton's going to be a rotation guy.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's going to play. He's 17 last night, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really good.
He was not on the lead on ESPN.
He was not.
No.
His highlight was not the first thing.
Although, isn't there an
woke up
advantage for Dalton Connect to be sort of playing in the shade?
Pressure's off?
Yep, pressure's off.
Sure.
All the attention is somewhere else, and he can just do his thing.
When are we doing our meeting to pre-plan the draft for next year? Because I want to stay on your team. No disrespect to you, Al, but I feel like as a 3-time member of Team Mace that this is
we
got
to get it right.
You guys are building something here.
You're Brandon. I'm Friedman. You're Brandon Gomes.
Deal
for next year. Yeah.
Who's Dave Roberts in this situation? Who's just kind of there?
Well, he's good managing the clubhouse. We just want somebody who's good managing the clubhouse.
Just make sure that everybody's on the same page together. Marcus is it for Island today. Super Crosstalks brought to you by In-N-Out. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger